Hi, everybody. Good Monday evening to you, and welcome to Fort Bend County Baseball. Roger Smith with you on VypeFortBend.com, and tonight we have the Travis Tigers leading District 26A with a record of 10-1, taking on the Dulles Vikings, who, for the moment, are in fourth place and on track for the playoffs. But they have some games to win and a very demanding week coming up. They have 5 games between tonight and Saturday, and they don't have to win them all, but they do have to win their share of them. It is time for us to bring you the Batter Up Show and set this one up for you. But before we do, we'll tell you that this VypeFortBend.com presentation of Fort Bend County Baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity is a proud supporter of Fort Bend and Greater Houston High School sports on VypeFortBend.com. With the new Xfinity Sports Zone app, watch multiple games at once and check live stats and scores while watching another game. It's the best sports entertainment experience with Xfinity X1. And by First Tire and Automotive. Make sure your vehicles are in shape for the spring. First Tire and Automotive has locations in First Colony, Greatwood, Katy Cinco Ranch, and on Eldridge Road in Sugar Land. And all 4 of those locations are open on Saturdays. For the best prices on tires, go to FirstTireAndAuto.com. We'll be right back with our pregame visit with Rick Grimm, the head coach of the Travis Tigers, when we return on VypeFortBend.com, your broadcast home for Fort Bend County sports. We'll be right back.
Fast Wi-Fi. You use it to connect just about everything, which means having really fast Wi-Fi matters a lot. That's why Xfinity is breaking the gig barrier and introducing Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's a big deal. It's a big deal for streaming big games, having big meetings, and making big plans. It's a big deal for families with 1 kid, or 2 kids, or 3 kids, especially if there's 1 kid who has enough devices for 10 kids. It's a big deal for gamers who are streaming while someone else is posting about their virtual spin class. And yet, it's also a big deal for a quiet Friday night in. So get in on Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's more than enough speed to power every device in the house. Can your internet do that? Introducing gig speeds over Wi-Fi. It's the fastest Wi-Fi you can get, and it's only from Xfinity. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store to learn more. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed.
We see all you do to get work done, whether it's keeping your office clean or redesigning your space for 3 or 300. Our business is to keep business going. Buy online and pick up in store, or get free next business day shipping at Office Depot, OfficeMax, and OfficeDepot.com.
Hi again, everybody. This is the Batter Up Show on VypeFortBend.com, and it's the Travis Tigers who have put a little bit of distance between themselves and the rest of the teams in District 26A, ready to take on the Dulles Vikings. Rick Grimm, their head coach, is with us. And first of all, Coach Grimm, I know your magic number is 2. So what does that mean that you gain with a win tonight if you get it?
Well, if we're fortunate enough to win tonight, we clinch at least a tie for the district title. And then we have another big one tomorrow versus Elkins. And if we would happen to be fortunate enough to have a win tomorrow night, that would give us the outright title.
And by the way, we will be there at your place for the game against the Elkins Knights, and they really need the game, so I'm sure it'll be a great competition. Now, let's talk about who you have on the mound tonight and what he really does for you, especially on a night when, as I look at Old Glory and right center field, the wind is blowing out.
Yeah, we have Parker Whitty on the mound tonight. He started a couple games for us this year, but he's been predominantly a reliever for us and has done a really, really, really good job. He's probably our best strike thrower. We love to pitch him backwards. In other words, we'll throw off-speed pitches and fastball counts and fastballs and off-speed counts. He has real good command of his off-speed stuff, and he's been really, really effective in the relief role, and he's been pretty effective in the starter's role as well. But since we have 3 games this week, we decided to go with Parker tonight.
I bet you don't have a high school pitcher, especially Parker Whitty, say, but Coach, I'm a bullpen guy. I don't want to start. You never get anybody talking to you like that, do you?
Absolutely not. They all want to start, and they all want to throw 7 innings every game. And we're fortunate enough this year where we have a fairly deep pitching staff. And that's been a big challenge. I mean, it's a nice challenge to have, but it's been a nice challenge this year to have a lot of guys, wanting innings and demanding innings and that kind of thing. But we've been trying to go deep and into our pitching staff the last couple of weeks to get guys enough, mound experience for our playoff run.
On Friday night, when the game that you were supposed to play against Dulles was rained out, what happened? Did you get the whole team here and everybody just had to get back in their cars and go home, or did you get to notify them before they came this way?
No, I was on the phone with Coach Warren throughout the day. We were watching the radar all day long. And, over here is a little bit different than over at Travis. It's, it seems like the weather is quite different over here, even though it's just, 8-10 miles. But we were watching the radar, and he got a big cell move through at about 1 o'clock or so in the afternoon, and he still felt it was okay at that point, although the outfield was starting to get flooded. And then right before we were ready to leave, about 4 o'clock, to get set and to go start taking some BP or whatever, he called me and said they had another big cell go through that washed him out. So we knew ahead of time, which was nice. It's better than traveling over and then having to go back.
So it's good news that we don't have any precipitation coming tonight, but you were here Saturday, I was here Saturday, between the game between Austin and Dulles, and the wind was pretty strong but blowing in, and it looks like it's either the same strength or stronger blowing out tonight. So good luck. It could be a high run production by both teams.
It could be, because so many kids today are taught to stay inside the ball and hit the ball to the middle to the opposite field. That's right where the ball is, right where the wind is flowing tonight. We have a couple nice left-handed hitters that like to get the ball up in the air. I know one of them said today as he walked into the dugout, "Coach, I like that wind tonight." So hopefully he can get a pitch up out over the plate where he can get the barrel to it, and we'll see what happens.
You're not going to tell me who that is, are you?
I'm not going to tell you who that is, for scouting purposes, of course.
All right. Someone that swings like Carlos Correa. He likes to do that, hit the bombs to right center. All right, good to visit with you, Rick Grimm. We'll be back with talking to Matthew Warren, and we'll talk about baseball and rabbits when we return.
First Tire and Automotive will shower you in savings in April. Make sure you're not caught saying the wrong S word when it starts raining because you can't see out of your windshield. Safety first to get you to and from the big game. Check out these great savings. Wiper blades, buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free on select Contour Beam windshield wipers. Purchase 4 select BF Goodrich, Goodyear, General, or Uniroyal tires with a premium installation package and wheel alignment and save $100. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugarland and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
Welcome to the Batter Up Show, or welcome back to the Batter Up Show, I should say. Monday Night Baseball used to be a big deal back before there was cable, before there was ESPN, and tonight it's still a big deal here at Fort Bend Dulles, where Matthew Warren and his Vikings need a win. So let's talk about, first of all, what kind of opponent you have over there in Travis, who seems to be kind of putting some distance between themselves and the rest of the field in the district.
Yeah, Travis, this will be the second time we play them. They're just kind of a team that doesn't really make too many mistakes. They're pretty aggressive at the plate, and defensively they're sound. So they kind of wait for other teams to kind of fault, and they just ride you out for 7 innings, and they just play solid baseball from the first pitch to the last.
I've noticed that. I've seen them play a couple of games where they got out-hit, and yet they still won the game. And I also wanted to point out that there's so many things that are numerical in baseball these days that I don't really understand. You come with spin rate and WAR and stuff like that. I don't really know anything about that. But I do know how to calculate a magic number, and your team's is 4 to reach the playoff. Any combinations of Dulles wins and Austin losses totaling 4 will get you in. Right. Had you figured that out?
I have an idea. Yeah, that's our job. Yeah, I know which games are very important and which games. This is the third time in the last 5 days you've been with me, so you realize how many games we're playing. And so we have a lot of games this week, and every pregame I talk about pitch count, so I'm aware of which games are very important for us to come out and which games I may need to be smart with pitch count with certain guys. So we need everybody to show up and produce this week for us to claim that 4th spot.
By the way, Coach Warren, I hope I haven't started to annoy you by now, because when people spend too much time together, that can happen. Anyway, I think your team has a good chance to win tonight, because I've seen Travis win, and they do avoid the big mistakes, as you've said, but they also have not just been obliterating people. They haven't been run ruling people. It's usually a very close game. And what are some of the things that you have to do better tonight to get the victory over Travis?
Yeah, so you were here for our Saturday game. We had to be able to field the ball, throw it across the diamond, take care of the baseball defensively. 6 errors is tough to win a baseball game when your team commits 6 errors in the field. So our goal is to play sound, fundamental baseball, because just like you said, right, the first time we played them, it was a close ball game till that last inning. They kind of put some cushion on themselves in that 7th when we played them last, and so just stick with them 1 inning in time. Tell my guys, play it 6 outs at a time. Top of the 1st, bottom of the 1st, and you got a new game in the 2nd inning. So,
well, it was kind of a Jekyll and Hyde defense, because it looked like both teams did a great job handling fly balls and pop-ups. It was a very windy day, very tough catches to make, and I think everybody made the catch when it was a pop-up or a fly ball. It was the ground balls that were a problem for your team. Either they just didn't catch the ground ball, or they bobbled it a little bit, rushed the throw, and then the throw goes astray. So is there anything that you can do? What do you say to them to make sure they just do what they're capable of doing?
Yeah, it's mental. Yogi Berra, right? The game's 90% mental, the other half is physical. It's mental. Anticipate the ball. Know your first step to get behind the baseball. If it's hit hard, our infield is firm. Right? We don't have a hose this year, so our infield's a little firm. So anticipate, get a depth, and just know. And then if you do make a mistake, like you said, don't compound it. Don't make a stupid throw. Don't throw it where we don't need to throw it, and it only exacerbates our issues. So it's all mental. Just trust in yourself and make the play.
And one other thing that's kind of mental, I hope you don't think it's too silly of a question. There are things that happen in a baseball game that aren't necessarily the ball being pitched or hit or fielded or running of the bases. Sometimes something will happen that'll just kind of make your team start believing. And I've been here before when the rabbit makes his appearance. Has the rabbit made his appearance during games that start at 7 o'clock yet?
We haven't seen him this year, actually. It's kind of sad. He usually ends up back behind here. We haven't seen him this year. I think what happened is all this construction, all this big equipment, they used to kind of walk out that way, and I think it kind of scared him off. We'll see him in the mornings over here. They live under that rail call over there, but they don't really come out anymore. Well, hopefully tonight. It's a good luck rabbit. We'll take him.
Well, I hope it's not part of that trend in parts of the United States where he's staying at home in his rabbit hole and he's getting a check whether he leaves the rabbit hole and gets to work or not.
Yeah. Political right there.
Yeah, we need him to work. All right, we need to disincentivize him staying in the rabbit hole, and you could then go to one of those novelty stores and get a little rabbit's foot for everybody when the rabbit makes his appearance. You get a win over Travis when the bunny shows up. You never know what could start rolling at that point.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right, and so I'm excited to play. It's a big one. It's 1st to 5 this week, so we'll set the tone right.
I saw Hunter Mulling stick his head around that wall over there. I think he needs to talk to you.
Okay.
So I better let you go. Thanks very much. That's Matthew Warren, head coach of the Dulles Vikings. They need a win tonight. Not like they're eliminated if they don't get it, but it would be a huge step in the direction of being in the playoffs. And we'll be back with the starting lineups here at Dulles. It's a windy night, and guess what? The wind is blowing out. We might have some long balls. We'll talk to you right after this.
GetAGreatGig.com presents Gary Horn of HornSolutions.net on the most important factors in starting a business.
Number one, where will you get the necessary capital? 2, you will probably not make money for some period of time. Prepare a conservative model of expected cost and revenues. 3, are you willing to work long hours for no pay and make sure all employees are paid?
For more free career and job search advice, log on to GetAGreatGig.com.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn, CEO of Horn Solutions. Our team of experienced accounting, finance,
Fast Wi-Fi. You use it to connect just about everything, which means having really fast Wi-Fi matters. A lot. That's why Xfinity is breaking the gig barrier and introducing Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's a big deal. It's a big deal for streaming big games, having big meetings, and making big plans. It's a big deal for families with 1 kid, or 2 kids, or 3 kids. Especially if there's 1 kid who has enough devices for 10 kids. It's a big deal for gamers who are streaming while someone else is posting about their virtual spin class. And yet, it's also a big deal for a quiet Friday night in. So get in on Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's more than enough speed to power every device in the house. Can your internet do that? Introducing gig speeds over Wi-Fi. It's the fastest Wi-Fi you can get, and it's only from Xfinity. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store to learn more. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed.
All right, there's the Star-Spangled Banner. The Dulles Vikings are out in the field in their home white uniforms, and here's the starting lineup for the visiting Travis Tigers. Mason Mushaw leads it off and plays right field. Zach Nelson is in left field and batting second. Jay Isaac or J-Sac Alamo is the DH batting in place of their pitcher Parker Whitty. Batting cleanup, it's Davis Rivers at first base. Lathan Bazard plays third and bats fifth. Nick Masserini in center field is in the 6th spot. Batting 7th, it's Max Villarreal at second base. Josh Shimon is the catcher for Travis. He bats 8th, and batting 9th, it's Mike Gallegos. His friends call him Mikey, and he's the shortstop. So we'll take a look at the Dulles defense. They've got Kason Hyatt on the mound, Parker Earhart catching, Anthony Salinas at first base, Mark Tisdale at second. At shortstop, it's Hunter Mullings. Brandon Epps is playing third base, where normally Hyatt will play, but Hyatt's on the mound. Miguel Tucker in left field, Cannon King in center, and Aman Patel in right field for the Dulles Vikings. Don't worry, I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen all night. I won't say it never happens again tonight, but it might happen a time or two. But now I think we're back to normal. So Kason Hyatt has a record of 0-1, 4 2/3 innings pitched. This is his 4th appearance and his 3rd start. He's given up 14 hits in those 4 2/3 innings. 18 runs allowed, 10 of those earned, 10 walks, 4 strikeouts. And his whip is 5.14, and the batting average against him is higher than he wants it to be, put it that way. But I'm not going to say anything else because this is going to be a fresh start for Kason Hyatt. By the way, I am fixing that little buzz problem, okay? There we go. All it takes is just a little piece of clear tape, and there we go. It's going to sound good for the rest of the evening. And we are ready to go. Mason Mushaw stepping in. Right-handed hitter facing the right-handed throwing Kason Hyatt, who will go from the windup, and we are underway under a beautiful setting sun. And first pitch swinging, wrapped into left field for a base hit. I was going to tell you that Mushaw is hitting .333. Now he's hitting slightly better than that.
Now batting right, left fielder number 1, Zach Nelson.
So he's now 16 out of 46 for the season, and here comes Zach Nelson, the left-handed hitting left fielder. Somebody get that, will you? Nelson stands close to the plate from the left-handed box. Hyatt brings it. It's outside, and a quick throw down by Parker Earhart. It's in the dirt, and Anthony Salinas goes to his knees to stop it. Hyatt takes a long look in at Earhart. Here's the pitch. Squaring to bunt was Nelson, but he withdrew the bat, and it's high for a ball, 2-0. Nelson hitting .244, .508 on-base percentage. He's good at drawing walks. and he's got 11 RBIs on the season. There goes the runner. It's a little tapper that was off of Nelson's foot, so it's a foul ball. And so Mushaw is going to have to go back to first base, and I think he'd just as soon do that. Well, the strange thing is the two umpires are talking to each other, and they agree it's a foul ball. The strange thing was Nelson didn't move like he had hit himself in the foot or anything. But then again, he didn't run either. So there's no evidence either way, except the umpire said foul ball. This game was supposed to be played on Friday night, but there was too much rain and there was some ponding here on the field at Dulles, and they decided they better wait till now. Next pitch to Nelson. Swung on and missed, but it's a foul tip. Luckily for Travis, and the count 2-2. As the evening goes on, we'll talk about standings and magic numbers and who's close to clinching something and that kind of stuff. Hyatt looks over at Mushaw. Nelson choking up slightly on the bat. Swings, it's a ground ball to second. Tisdale has it, flips to short for one, and on to first. The throw is high and late. Nelson reaches on a fielder's choice, and there's one out.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 15, Isaac.
So score that 4-6. But they couldn't get the put out on Nelson. Now it's Jay Isaac or J-Sac Alamo batting in place of the pitcher Parker Whitty. Alamo's at .353 on the season. His on base is .459. Hyatt ready and brings it. Pitch catches the outside corner, strike one. Alamo has 14 RBIs, 4 doubles, and a triple, but he hasn't gone long ball yet this year. This might be a good time to try. The field is, the wind is blowing straight out to center field. Here's the pitch. And that's a line drive up the middle into center field, and it will find the gap and roll to the wall. Here comes Nelson around third. They're waving him home. Into second base goes Alamo, and it's Travis on top, 1-0. Here we go. There's double number 5 on the season for J. Isaac Alamo.
Now batting first base, number 23, Davis Rivers.
Now Davis Rivers comes up for these Travis Tigers. Another left-handed hitter for Hyatt to work on. Rivers moving the bat back and forth behind his head, and he had to wait too long, and he asked for time, steps out. Rivers is at .333, 524 on base. He's got 20 RBIs, and there's a runner in scoring position for him right now. That's Alamo. Here's the pitch, down and away. Nice block by Parker Earhart. Keeps that runner where he is, and the count 1-0. Rivers stepping out, having a short chat with the umpire. Now he's ready, wearing the light blue gloves. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball catches the outside corner, and Rivers can't believe it. He takes a short walk. By the way, the Dulles players often wear the light blue gloves. They kind of have 2 tones of blue plus the red. But on a Travis Tiger, those light blue gloves look like he is obsessive about staying germ-free. Hyatt looks back at second. Here comes the 1-1. That's in the dirt. Bounces off of Earhart. Keeps it in front. Earhart, by the way, is going to be going to Galveston College to continue his studies and baseball career. He's been a 4-year varsity starter for the Vikes. Rivers still chatting up the umpire. Wind continuing to keep the flag at attention in right center field. And now Hyatt steps out. Travis wearing the gray road pinstripe uniforms with the red sleeves, kind of like the Cincinnati Reds wore when Pete Rose was just a puppy. And Earhart now calls timeout. I'm not sure what the deal was. And Rivers looks back at the dugout. Evidently the things that his teammates are saying over there are actually getting inside his head. Let's see if he can concentrate. Now we're ready for the 2-1. Here it comes. Check swing, and it's high for a ball, 3-1. Hyatt taking a long look in. Earhart's looking over at the dugout, now relays the sign to Kaysen. He comes set, looks back at second, turns around and throws that way. Hunter Mullings makes the catch, a sweep tag, but Alamo is back in. Yes, the boys are making plenty of noise coming out of the dugout. Sun sinking over the left field fence, but it's still pretty bright. Here's the pitch. There's a strike at the knees. Rivers steps out, visualizes the swing. Now he's ready, but Dulles hasn't relayed the sign to the pitcher, Kaysen Hyatt. Here comes the pitch. And that's a line drive off of Mullings' glove and into left center field. Here comes Alamo around third. Because Mullings hit the ball and slowed it down, he'll be able to score standing up. And it's 2-0 Travis. And Davis Rivers still at first base with a single that drives in a run. Third hit of the inning for the Tigers, who are flexing their muscles. The claws are out right now as they take a 2-0 lead and still just one out. Now Lathan Buzzard. They call him Buzzard for obvious reasons. 369 average. 22 RBIs. Kaysen Hyatt looks over at Rivers. It's going to be a righty-righty matchup. Here comes the first pitch. Down and in for a ball. Davis Rivers has 3 long balls for Travis. Josh Shimon with 2, and Buzzard has 1. Here's the pitch, down and away for a ball. Now he's ready. The pitch is outside for a ball. Kaysen Hyatt just trying to get out of this first inning. It's been rough so far. Now Hyatt ready. Comes set, comes home. Strike on the outside corner, and it's 3-1. Buzzard looks down at the third base coaching box. There's head coach Rick Grimm. Runs through the signs. Here's the 3-1. And that's a line shot off of Mullings' glove and into center field. And Rivers will stop at second. Station to station baseball. And 2 runners on with 1 away. And now we'll see Nick Massarini. That's a base hit right there.
Center fielder, number 2, Nick Massarini.
4 hits in the inning. Massarini, the center fielder, is hitting at a .246 clip. 12 RBIs, and he's got 2 long balls on the year. Tonight on defense, last time we saw the Travis Tigers, Massarini was in right field. And Mushaw was in center, but they have switched defensive positions. Hyatt takes a deep breath. It's already 2-0 Travis. 1 out and 2 runners on. First pitch to Massarini. Strike on the outside corner. Massarini with a stance neither open nor closed in the right-handed box. Leans back just a little bit in his stance. Here comes the 0-1. In the dirt, Earhart blocks it. Gets up like he was sitting on a spring and prevents the runners from moving. Usually they have the live game changer page up for Dulles. I don't see it just yet, but we'll keep an eye on that. Hyatt looks back at second. And there's a single the other way into right field, but they'll hold Davis Rivers at third, and the bases are loaded with 1 away. 5 hits in the inning for Travis. And they're killing them softly, just singles except for one of those. That was the hit by J-Sac Alamo. All right, now it's Max Villarreal's turn. Right-handed hitter, open stance from the right-handed box. No place to put him. First pitch to him, strike, outside corner. 205 batting average for Villarreal. 379 on base. Hyatt still going from the stretch with the bases loaded. And that is looped into center. Coming on and making a fine catch is Cannon King, but Davis Rivers tags and scores. And now there's a throw to third, and Earhart's throw got away from Epps, the third baseman, and a second run is going to score. And now they throw to third one more time, and safe there. So Villarreal
Catcher number 20, Josh Shimon.
Josh Shimon comes up. So they threw back to second and got Villarreal. He's out after his RBI single. Now Josh Shimon is going to bat for Travis. 2 away now. Runner at third. First pitch to Shimon is a strike. Hyatt from the stretch with a runner at third. Breaking ball, ground ball to third. Scooped by Epps, fires across in the dirt, but Salinas digs it out. And the top of the first is over, but the Travis Tigers strike for 4 runs on 6 hits. No errors and 1 man left on base, and we'll continue to the bottom of the first. Travis 4, Dulles nothing.
Fast Wi-Fi. You use it to connect just about everything, which means having really fast Wi-Fi matters a lot. That's why Xfinity is breaking the gig barrier and introducing Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's a big deal. It's a big deal for streaming big games, having big meetings, and making big plans. It's a big deal for families with 1 kid, or 2 kids, or 3 kids, especially if there's 1 kid who has enough devices for 10 kids. It's a big deal for gamers who are streaming while someone else is posting about their virtual spin class. And yet, it's also a big deal for a quiet Friday night in. So get in on Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's more than enough speed to power every device in the house. Can your internet do that? Introducing gig speeds over Wi-Fi. It's the fastest Wi-Fi you can get, and it's only from Xfinity. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store to learn more. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed.
All right, here's the starting lineup for the Dulles Vikings. Leading off and playing center field is Cannon King. Batting second, it's Brandon Epps at third base. Parker Earhart, the catcher, bats third. Anthony Salinas, the first baseman, bats in a cleanup spot. Batting fifth, it's Kason Hyatt. Actually, somebody's going to be batting for him, I think. He might even bat for himself. I'm not sure. It's not real clear on the scoreboard scorecard that I was given. Hunter Mullings batting sixth and playing shortstop. Miguel Tucker bats seventh. He's in left field. Second baseman Mark Tisdale bats eighth. And the right fielder Aman Patel is batting in the 9th spot. So on the mound for the Travis Tigers is Parker Whitty. Parker Whitty 2-0 in district games. He often comes out of the bullpen. He's 1 for 1 in save opportunities this year, but he's thrown 18 in the third innings. This is his 9th appearance, but his 3rd start. 16 hits allowed in those 18 and a third innings, 7 runs, 5 of those earned, 2 walks, and 18 strikeouts. His ERA is 1.91 and his whip is less than 1. But the first pitch is going to center field, and it drops in for a hit. In fact, it goes all the way to the wall. So before anybody can get settled into their seats, Cannon King hits a bomb to center field. No doubt helped by the wind. It's a double. So after you've given up 4 runs in the top of the first, that's the way you respond right away. The catcher, a lot of catchers are like coaches. The catcher, Josh Shimon, went out to talk to Parker Whitty, just calm him down a little bit. The right-hander stands tall on the mound, and now he's going to face Brandon Epps, the third baseman. Righty-righty matchup. Looks back at King, who leads off of second, and the first pitch is away for ball 1. Epps hitting .299, .373 on base. And he's hitting .250 with runners in scoring position, and Cannon King is in scoring position. Here's the 1-0. That catches the outside corner. Kind of looked like the same pitch as before. 1 a ball, 1 a strike. Epps has 3 doubles, a triple on the season, and 6 runs batted in. King has the shortstop Gallegos peeking in behind him, and there's a swing and a miss. Actually, it's a foul tip. And I think it might have bounced off of Shimon a little bit. And the home plate umpire is not only going out to the mound to deliver Parker Whitty a ball, but also to maybe tell him a little something, just a warning so that he doesn't commit a balk. Nobody paid to get into this ballpark to watch a pitcher balk, so that's a good idea. Parker Whitty didn't like the baseball the ump brought him, so he got a new one. Big opportunity for Dulles to get something done here and respond to the 4-run top of the first by the Travis Tigers. Pitch to Epps. Nice rip, but he fouls it straight back. Brandon's big brother Austin was on the 2019 Dulles team that made the playoffs and lost a heartbreaker in round 1 to the Katy Tigers. That was a 1-gamer. Oh, it was heartbreaking. But there were some really beautiful things about that year, the last one of head coach Mike Weatherly. Epps ready. Swings at a breaking ball, high chopper towards short. Gallegos is going to go to first. That's his only play, and safe at first as Epps was motoring along, and King gets to third. Nobody out and runners at the corners for Dulles. And you see on that chop, well, you don't see, except I describe it for you. That ground ball went up in the air, I'm thinking at least 25 feet off of this hard dirt. at Dulles. They had the rain on Friday night, but they tarped it. And this infield is indeed hard. Parker Earhart. Righty to righty, looks at a curveball outside. Parker Earhart is kind of the face of the franchise, hitting .394. His on base is .506. His on base plus slugging is 1.188. For those of you in Rio Linda, that's really, really good. Pitch to Earhart, started to pull the trigger, let it go by, and it's outside for a ball. Parker is 26 for 66 this year, leads the team in hits, leads the team in doubles with 7, tied for the lead in triples with 3, and he leads in homers with 2. Rips at that one and comes up empty. And the count 2-1. I looked at the scoreboard. I wasn't sure. I looked at the ump's fingers. Yes, indeed, it's 2-1. Parker Whitty comes set. He brings it. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Earhart hits .500 with runners in scoring position. And Cannon King is over at third base. Whitty comes set and brings it in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Shimon. No move by either runner. And the count goes full. Still nobody out. Dulles batting, but down 4-0 in the bottom of the first. Whitty looks in, gets the sign, and brings it. Hard smash toward shortstop. Shoveled by Gallegos to Villarreal, on to Rivers, and in time for a double play. But a run scores. So no RBI for Earhart. Score that one 6-4-3.
Now batting number 18, Anthony Salinas.
Now Anthony Salinas, who kind of leads in just about every other offensive category. If Earhart doesn't lead in an offensive category, then, well, Anthony does with a .400 average, .550 on base. Those are incredible numbers, but the bases are clean for him. Whitty out of the windup. Curve ball, strike at the letters. Salinas, a product of Sugarland Little League. Whitty ready. Now he brings it. Breaking ball in there. Anthony was about to swing at that one, and he let it go by. Slightly open stance for Salinas. Whitty rocks and fires. And that is to the right center field gap, and the wind is getting behind it, and it gets down, and one hops the wall. Actually, two hops it. Salinas into second with a double, standing up. Oh, now that double play really hurts. All right, so as I suspected, Kaysen Hyatt's going to hit for himself.
Now batting pitcher number 6, Kaysen Hyatt.
You know, they're playing Enter Sandman here. Check this out. You know, that's a good walk-up song for a pitcher, which Kaysen Hyatt is when he's not playing third base. But I haven't heard it used as an at-bat walk-up song. 2 outs, and the runner at second is Salinas after his double. Dulles trailing 4-1. Kaysen Hyatt trying to pick up another RBI, and the first pitch is way outside and high. Whitty shaking his head. Now Shimon gives the sign that he wants. Fastball in the outside corner, burned it right off. And the count is 1-1. Hyatt's hitting .241. He's got 11 RBIs. 4 doubles, a triple, and 1 bomb. Whitty looks back at Salinas. The 1-1 pitch, down and away. By the way, Salinas is one of those guys, he's not fast, But he's a great base runner, and he's 9 for 9 this year in stolen bases. Here's the 2-1. Hyatt lets that one go by, and a good take because it's 3-1. If he can get on, it's Hunter Mullings. Whitty brings it. Strike on the outside corner, and Hyatt threw the bat back toward the dugout. A faux pas. And the count is now 3-2. You never know in a baseball game how important an early run could be. Dulles has picked one up here after falling behind 4-0. And there's a little blooper that's going to go over second and get down for a hit. Here comes Salinas. He will come around to score. That'll make it 4-2. Clutch hit for Kason Hyatt. And the fans are giddy with delight, as well they should be. Before he struck that one, Kason Hyatt's average with runners in scoring position, 192. He's beefing that up. Now Hunter Mullings, pretty tough customer up there. They've just moved him down to the bottom half of the lineup to try and get some uniform production, 1 through 9. Here he is hitting .259, .462 on base. First pitch to him is down and away. He's slugging .426. He's drawn 20 walks. That's why his on-base percentage is so good. Here's the pitch to the right-handed hitting Mullins, and he takes it for a strike on the outside corner. The lights are on, and the sun is about to disappear beyond the trees outside the left field fence. Whitty delivers. That's high in the air. The air might do something with it, and it is gone! Hunter Mullings has tied this ball game with a 2-run shot. Wow, Hunter Mullings really got that up in the air, and that was the right thing to do in these conditions. It just kept going and going, and Nick Masserini climbed the wall, but Yao Ming could not have caught that one. So we have a brand new ball game. Well, this if innings 2 through 7 are as good as inning number 1, this is going to be the greatest game ever played. All right, Whitty's got to settle down. Now he deals with Miguel Tucker. First pitch swinging, strike. Whitty really took something off of that one. Here's the next pitch by Whitty. Swung on, it's a ground ball to second. Villarreal bobbles it, throws late, and safe. Miguel Tucker reaching on an E4.
Second baseman, number 12, Mark Tisdale.
All right, so Mark Tisdale makes the 9th Dulles Viking to come to the plate here in inning number 1.
Let's go, Mark!
They have tied the score 4-all. Tisdale ready. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, caught the corner and came down right at the right time. It was almost high, almost outside, but it was in the strike zone. Tisdale open stance, right-handed batter. Here's the pitch. And that caught the outside corner in a very, shall we say, marginal way. Whitty shakes off a sign. 0-2 on Tisdale. Here's the pitch. And it's a great spoil because he fouled it out of play and back to the right off of the metal storage box. It's one of, I think, 355 metal storage boxes on the Dulles campus right now. Tisdale still down 0-2. Whitty brings it. And swing and a miss. Down goes Tisdale, but the damage is done, and the Vikings tie it up 4-4 as we go to the second. You're listening to VypeFortBend.com.
First Tire and Automotive will shower you in savings in April. Make sure you're not caught saying the wrong S word when it starts raining because you can't see out of your windshield. Safety first to get you to and from the big game. Check out these great savings. Wiper blades, buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free on select Contour Beam windshield wipers. Purchase 4 select BF Goodrich, Goodyear, General, or Uniroyal tires with a premium installation package and wheel alignment and save $100. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max. Taking care of business.
We want to thank the team at Office Depot, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace in Sugar Land for taking care of business for us so we can bring you Fort Bend County sports every week. We brought you 2, 3, 4, 5 games a week for the entire school year. It's been an honor. It's been a thrill. And this game is looking pretty good. Mikey Gallegos leading off for the Travis Tigers in the top half of inning number 2. The first pitch bounces in for a ball. Gallegos hitting .205, his .448 on-base percentage. 8 for 39 on the season. Hyatt with a new lease on life brings the 1-0, and that's a strike on the inside corner. Here's the 1-1. Gallegos takes, and it's down and away. You know, Travis was hitting the ball all over the yard so much in the top of the first inning. I'm not even sure if I gave you the defensive alignment. Here's the 2-1, and a little tapper that goes foul back behind home plate. Parker Earhart is the catcher. Anthony Salinas is at first base. Mark Tisdale at second. The shortstop is Hunter Mullings. Brandon Epps at third. Miguel Tucker is in left field. Cannon King is in center, and Aman Patel is in right. The 2-2 to Mikey. Mikey didn't like it because it was down and in. And the count goes full on the Travis shortstop. By the way, I misspoke going out of the previous half inning. I said that 9 Dulles Vikings batted. Only 8 of them batted. And that pitch is in the dirt, and Gallegos draws a walk.
Referee number 6, Mason Muchala.
Now to the top of the order we go, and Mason Mushaw, who led off with a single. Zach Nelson then hit a ground ball, and that retired Mushaw before he reached second. Gallegos leading off at first. He goes. The pitch is low for a ball, and the throw gets him. Parker Earhart gets his man. You know, I keep seeing people try to steal on Parker Earhart. It's often just not a good idea. They'll never learn, I guess. So the base is empty and 1 away. Mushaw ready. 1-0 the count. Looks at that one outside for a ball. Hyatt can now go from the windup, brings the 1-0 in the dirt nearly, and it's 2-0. By the way, For those of you familiar with the Game Changer or GC.com website, it's essential to have that when you're watching Dulles play. And that hit him. Mason Mushaw draws a hit by pitch, but not a very painful one. So it's mainly because of Travis. They make a lot of defensive changes kind of in the middle of the game. Sometimes they will remove Max Villarreal and they'll bring in Micah. Micah Dean. They'll bring him in at second base. That's something they do very commonly. Now Zach Nelson swings hard but misses at the first pitch. Nelson 0 for 1, grounded into that fielder's choice, but he did come around to score. The first of the 4 runs for Travis. Left-handed hitting Zach Nelson. Here's the pitch. Tries to bunt, but fouls it back into the net. By the way, they have a net around the backstop, of course, as they do everywhere. But they also have the same kind of net over beyond left field, because if you don't, then you'll be breaking windows all the time. 0-2 to Nelson. Hyatt brings it. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. So Hyatt might be finding his form. That's his first strikeout. 2 away. Gallegos was caught stealing for the first out, and now it's Alamo once again. He had the double that drove home Nelson. Hyatt comes set, now brings it. Pitch in the dirt. Earhart keeps it in front. It's so much more pleasant if you're sitting in the stands when the wind is blowing out, if there's dust that gets kicked up. So much better than, you know, when it blows right back in your face. G. Isaac, also known as J-Sac Alamo. Hyatt ready. That pitch is outside for a ball. Mushaw with good speed at first base. Parker sets up on the outside corner. Hyatt brings it. Oh, that was on the outside corner, but it was down. See if Mushaw makes a break for it. Here's the pitch, and Alamo swings a little bit late and fouls it back into the right. You know, the insurance risk for the people in those homes beyond left field was pretty high until they put up the backstop, or they put the backstop behind the outfield wall, but it's still dangerous to park your car over to the right of the right field line, and Mushaw almost took off too early. He took 3 or 4 steps, and Hyatt, who's a right-hander, had not really noticed, so he couldn't turn around and make a throw. Here's the pitch. Another one fouled backhand to the right, and the count 1-2. Actually 3-2. I thought there were more pitches to Alamo in this at-bat than the scoreboard was showing. So that means Mushaw will be on the move. Hyatt asked for a new baseball. Wiping the sweat off his left hand, his glove hand. Ready for the payoff pitch. Alamo ready. There goes Mushaw. And it's outside for ball 4. 2 men on with 2 outs, and now it's Davis Rivers. So Travis had a big hit fest. They had 6 hits in the first inning, but in this inning, well, they have something going with 2 outs. But they've had a walk, 2 walks, actually, and a hit by pitch. Davis Rivers, 1 for 1 with that first inning single. Left-handed hitter. Hyatt looks back at second. Nobody holding Mushaw on. And the pitch is down and away for ball 1. We've already figured out if you get the ball high in the air toward right center field, it's going to go. Hyatt's ready. Here's the pitch. And it kicks up in the air. Earhart couldn't find it for a second. That was just enough time for the runners to move up. Mushaw is now at third base, and Alamo is now at second. That goes down as a wild pitch. It really kicked up when it hit the ground.
I think he said a total of 10 words. Especially this year. This semester. Senior year. Why is he making it? It's okay,
2-0 the count on Davis Rivers. 2 runners in scoring position for him. Swings and misses. It's 2-1.
And his camera's not even on. I know, he's not turning it on. Does it sit and...
Don't have any numbers on what Davis Rivers hits with runners in scoring position.
You can hear him.
Hyatt brings it. The 2-1 is outside. Now 3-1. With that count, you might see Hyatt just pitch Davis very carefully.
No one would even know.
When he said, "Oh, I'm not coming in person," I think.
4-4 our score, top of the second. Here's the pitch, down and in, and that is ball 4 to Davis Rivers. Third walk of the inning and 1 hit by pitch, and the bases are now loaded, and Lathan Bazard gets an opportunity. Bazard, 1 for 1 with that first inning single. Swings at the first pitch. It's Mullings, the shortstop, going to go to first with it, and it bounces away from Salinas. 2 runs are going to score. Mushaw came home. Alamo comes home. It is 6-4 Travis. And the low throw by Hunter Mullings caused a problem for Salinas. He didn't know if it was past him or still in front of him. It shot up into the air about 15 feet. Everybody was going on contact, and so Travis gets on top again, 6-4. Players are going to get a lot of plate appearances tonight. Here's Nick Massarini. First pitch is a strike. He took the curveball at the knees. Hyatt looks in. Brings it to Massarini. Swings at a low pitch, and it flies beyond the light standard and into some joists, ceiling joists. It'll be very hard to find that one. Travis has a game tomorrow night, which we'll bring you. It's the Elkins Knights, but after tonight, Dulles still has 4 more games that they have to get completed by sundown Saturday. The 0-2 to Massarini, hard ground ball to Mullings, catches it clean, over to Tisdale, gets the force at second just in time, and that'll do it for Travis. They do pick up a couple of runs, and they lead 6-4 as we go to the bottom of the second. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Fast Wi-Fi. You use it to connect just about everything, which means having really fast Wi-Fi matters a lot. That's why Xfinity is breaking the gig barrier and introducing Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's a big deal. It's a big deal for streaming big games, having big meetings, and making big plans. It's a big deal for families with 1 kid, or 2 kids, or 3 kids. especially if there's one kid who has enough devices for 10 kids. It's a big deal for gamers who are streaming while someone else is posting about their virtual spin class. And yet, it's also a big deal for a quiet Friday night in. So get in on Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's more than enough speed to power every device in the house. Can your internet do that? Introducing gig speeds over Wi-Fi. It's the fastest Wi-Fi you can get, and it's only from Xfinity. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store to learn more. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed.
Palmer and Gatsby are like fans of country music, like that's how they bond, right? I told them to get her a vinyl of like Luke Combs. So they get her a Luke Combs vinyl because she's like a player, she's like a really touch vinyl. And then flowers. Whenever she was like looking up the songs, that's such a good idea.
No, Mom. Not at all.
Thank you. I got nice people telling me where stuff blew away when I wasn't looking. Thank you so much. There's a very important card that almost got away. All right, we are back for the... Come on now. Okay, can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me. And here we go. Travis back in the field and leading by a score of 6-4, and it's Aman Patel leading off the bottom of the second, swings and misses. And the count now 1-1. That horrible buzz in your ear kept you from hearing what happened on the first pitch to Aman. Here's the 1-1, and he swings and slices it foul and not quite out of play, but out of everyone's reach. Patel on base at 294. He's got 4 RBIs. Whitty, the right-hander, working to the right hand and swinging. Aman Patel swings and misses at the high heat, and down he goes. Parker Whitty with his second strikeout and his second consecutive strikeout as he struck out Tisdale to finish off the first inning. Now Whitty works to Cannon King, who led off the home first with a double to center field, and the first pitch is high for a ball. Whitty brings the 1-0, and that's fouled straight back, 1-1. So Travis comes into this game with a record of 10-1 in district play. They have this game tonight. They play Elkins on Tuesday, and then they are at Ridgepoint on Friday. Their magic number is 2. Any combination of Travis wins or Ridgepoint losses that add up to 2 guarantee that Travis wins the district. And now there's a great catch by Zach Nelson, who started back on a fly ball by King, realized the wind was not really going to bring it to him, and then he had to run in forward quickly and dove headlong and made a great catch. 2 away now, and Brandon Epps stands in. He's 1 for 1, had the single that drove home King. First pitch to Epps is in there for a strike, curveball. Whitty rocks and brings the 0-1. It's up and in, and Epps has to kind of turn away from that one. So Epps didn't get the RBI in that first inning. He takes a strike, and now it is 1-2. Epps is ready and sprays one foul off the front of the Travis dugout on the first base side. Got to get some baseballs back onto the field. Josh Shimon takes the delivery from the Travis side. Whitty rocks and brings the 1-2, and it's a chopper toward third. Lathan Bazard catches it clean, throws across in time, And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Parker Whitty and the Travis Tigers. We will go to the top of the third. It's Travis 6, Dulles 4.
First Tire and Automotive will shower you in savings in April. Make sure you're not caught saying the wrong S word when it starts raining because you can't see out of your windshield. Safety first to get you to and from the big game. Check out these great savings. Wiper blades, buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free on select Contour Beam windshield wipers. Purchase 4 select BF Goodrich, Goodyear, General, or Uniroyal tires with a premium installation package and wheel alignment and save $100. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
Everything. We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max.
We want to thank the team at Office Depot, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace in Sugar Land, for helping us take care of business every day so we can bring you Fort Bend County sports every week. We have brought you well over 100 broadcasted events. They are always free to listen to live as well as on the podcast at VypeFortBend.com. We have covered all 11 Fort Bend ISD high schools in addition to Foster and Fulshire. We followed Fulshire to the state volleyball championships for the second year in a row. And there's a very good chance we could be following Foster softball and baseball teams a long way in 2021. Here we go with Max Villarreal. I think it's Max. And the first pitch from Kyatt, first pitch swinging. It's the third baseman, Epps, and he throws across to Salinas, and they get the out, and indeed it was. Max Villarreal retired 5-3 to begin the bottom of the third. Now catcher Josh Shimon grounded out to third when he came up in the first inning. That ended the inning when 8 Travis Tigers came to the plate. We're in the top of the third. Shimon ready. Hyatt nods, now brings it. Fastball down in the dirt. So Dulles is at 5-4 in district games, and Austin 5-6. 5-6 in district games after defeating Dulles right here on Saturday afternoon. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Shimon couldn't catch up to the high heat. So, Dulles' magic number to clinch that 4th playoff spot is 4. Any combination of 4 Dulles wins or Austin losses means that the Vikes are in the playoffs. That is high in the air down the right field line. Patel ranges over and makes the catch. I really didn't think that was going to stay in the park. It had a lot of clockwise spin on it, but it stayed in fair territory. 2 away and the base is empty for Mike Gallegos. There are a few puffy clouds out there, but no chance of rain tonight here at the flagship school of Fort Bend ISD. First pitch to Gallegos. A rip, and it's a little tapper that goes foul behind home plate. So right now, Ridge Point, though they're reeling a little bit with a 7-3 record, they're 2.5 games behind Travis, but they're still pretty firmly in that second spot ahead of Elkins. And there is a line drive over Tisdale and into right field, a 2-out single for Gallegos. He is seeing the ball and hitting the ball better and better all the time. Now back to the top we go with Mason Mushaw. He's 1 for 1 and had a hit by pitch, so he's hitting for the 3rd consecutive inning. Here's the pitch from Hyatt and a curveball that hits him right in the left butt cheek. Ouch. That's the 2nd time in the game. I don't know, did he say something on social networking to provoke that? I have no idea. And now Zach Nelson with an opportunity, runners at first and second. Well, Hyatt was doing just fine after well, let's see what happened. He got Villarreal out on the ground ball and then Shimon to hit the fly ball, but then a single and a hit by pitch, and now here's Nelson. And Hyatt steps off. Nelson is 0 for 2. Scored a run in the first, though, after reaching on a fielder's choice. Struck out in the second. And showed bunt, even though there are 2 outs. Let it go by, and it was down and away for a ball. Hyatt gets the sign. Set at the belt. Nelson waiting patiently. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed. In the state Class 6A rankings, I go to the ones from the Diamond Pro, Texas High School Baseball.com website. It's like Casa Ole. It's fresh today. Every Monday they bring out a new top 25. Only thing is, the top 25 doesn't know anything about Fort Bend ISD. No Fort Bend ISD teams are in the state's top 25 in Class 6A. And there's a line drive to center field. Coming on, Cannon King makes a nice running catch. And that'll do it for Travis. They score no runs on, let's see, was it 1 or 2 hits? It was just 1. Actually, yeah, just 1. And no errors. And 2 men left on base. We will proceed to the bottom of the 3rd. Our score is Travis 6 and Dulles 4.
Fast Wi-Fi. You use it to connect just about everything, which means having really fast Wi-Fi matters a lot. That's why Xfinity is breaking the gig barrier and introducing Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's a big deal. It's a big deal for streaming big games, having big meetings, and making big plans. It's a big deal for families with 1 kid, or 2 kids, or 3 kids, especially if there's 1 kid who has enough devices for 10 kids. It's a big deal for gamers who are streaming while someone else is posting about their virtual spin class. And yet, it's also a big deal for a quiet Friday night in. So get in on Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's more than enough speed to power every device in the house. Can your internet do that? Introducing gig speeds over Wi-Fi. It's the fastest Wi-Fi you can get, and it's only from Xfinity. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store to learn more. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed.
Now batting catcher number 10, Parker Earhart.
Parker Earhart leads off the bottom of the 3rd for Dulles, which trails Travis 6-4. Parker Whitty out there for his 3rd inning of work. He's thrown 42 pitches, 71% strikes, 5 hits allowed, 4 runs, all of those earned. Struck out 2, but gave up the bomb to Hunter Mullings. And the first pitch to Earhart is downstairs for a ball. Kason Hyatt, meanwhile, has thrown 3 innings, 64 pitches, 6 hits, and 6 runs. Only 3 of those earned, though, a strikeout and 4 walks. Earhart takes a nice rip and fouls it back into the net.
Every like significant holiday or day, it's always some like. I did look for the NBA draft. Where do you come up with this?
So we still have that wind blowing out. It's not so much straightaway center. It's more toward right now and not blowing quite as hard. Earhart takes a big rip, foul tip. squirts out of Shimon's mitt, but it's 1-2. Earhart hit into a double play in the first inning. Whitty shrugs his shoulders, takes the deep breath, and brings it way upstairs to make it 2-2. So I'll give you a couple more details on those Class 6A state rankings. Again, fresh today, just like Casa Ole. Here's the 2-2, and Earhart with a spoil swing sends it foul out of play to the right. So Lake Travis out of the Austin area, as if they are not successful enough at all other sports, they are number 1 in baseball in Class 6A with a record of 25-3-2. Pitch to Earhart, swings and misses. 1 down. Now it'll be Anthony Salinas who doubled. He also scored in inning number 1.
Now batting first baseman number 18, Anthony Salinas.
And Salinas, with that double, still leads the team in that category. First pitch to him, curveball up and in, 1-0. So the highest ranked Greater Houston team is the Katy Tigers. They're going to win their district. They're at 11-0 in District 19 6A. And that pitch is a curveball inside, 2-0 on Salinas. Katie's going to be the number 1 seed out of 19-6A, so whoever gets the 4th playoff spot out of this district, 26A, is going to draw the black bean and have to face those Katy Tigers. Salinas takes a curveball strike on the outside corner. It's 2-1. The Tompkins Falcons are number 8 in the state and number 2 in District 19-6A at 24-4-1. Salinas went around on a check swing. He thought he had taken a ball, but instead the count is even 2-2. Nobody else from Greater Houston is in the top 10 of that Diamond Pro Texas High School Baseball.com website poll. And Salinas wants time as Whitty took too long to get into his motion. The team out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Prosper, is at number 9. There's a reason I include them. Swung on and missed, and Salinas goes down. Whitty strikes out Earhart and Salinas, the Vikings' 2 best hitters, and now Hyatt will come up, hitting for himself.
Pitcher number 6,
so I mentioned Prosper and leave them on my list. I don't have the whole top 25 in front of me, but Prosper is where Rick Carpenter, the former Elkins coach, went after he left the Knights program, and he won 1 more state championship at Prosper before he retired following the 2019 season. So he retired with 3 state championships on his record. First pitch is a curveball strike on the outside corner to Hyatt. Whitty rocks and fires the 0-1, down and in for a ball. Of course, Rick Carpenter is the man for whom the Castle, the home field of the Elkins Knights, is named. They named it Rick Carpenter Field, I think, 4 years ago. Hyatt takes a pitch high and away to make it 2-1. Smithson Valley is ranked number 15. Why do I mention Smithson Valley? Because, well, it's just special to me, okay? Here's the 2-1. Hyatt takes a strike on the outside corner and can't believe it. You got Deer Park at 21-8 and undefeated in their district. They're ranked 17, and Houston Lamar is 25-2. Here's a pitch in the dirt to bring the count full. So Houston Lamar has 20 wins, 5 losses, and 2 ties. And they're going to win their district. They are now the Lamar Texans, of course. That wasn't always their nickname. So Hyatt ready for a 3-2 pitch with the bases empty and 2 away. Parker Whitty and the Travis Tigers leading 6-4, and Hyatt asks for time. Alvin is 18-4-1. They're ranked number 22, and the Bridgeland Bears are 23-7-1. Hyatt puts it in the air. It's a lazy fly ball. Going to hang up for Masserini. He's got it. And we have played 3 innings here at Dulles. The Travis Tigers on top of the Vikings, 6-4. You're listening to your broadcast home for Fort Bend County Sports, VypeFortBend.com.
Are you ready?
Ready for anything. For what life throws at you, at your kids.
Are they ready to study, research, write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes, extra restrictions apply.
GetAGreatGig.com presents Gary Horn of HornSolutions.net on the most important factors in starting a business.
Number 1, where will you get the necessary capital? 2, you will probably not make money for some period of time. Prepare a conservative model of expected cost and revenues. 3, are you willing to work long hours for no pay and make sure all employees are paid?
For more free career and job search advice, log on to GetAGreatGig.com.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn, CEO of Horn Solutions. Our team of experienced accounting, finance, and IT professionals have delivered solutions to Houston businesses for over 3 decades. Our project group provides services ranging from assisting with mergers, acquisitions, and integrations to interim staffing. Our executive search group provides full-time placements for accounting, finance, and IT positions. Let Horn Solutions help you meet the challenges your company faces. Visit hornsolutions.net.
Alamo, Rivers, and Bazard due for the Travis Tigers in the top of the 4th. You know, when I was mentioning those polling numbers, the Bridgeland Bears, fairly new school out of Cy-Fair ISD, they're ranked number 24, and they're pretty salty. Well, one of the saddest stories in Travis Tigers' recent baseball history has to do with Bridgeland, not because of a game against Bridgeland, but in the 2018 playoffs, a series that was played at Bridgeland between these Tigers and Cy Woods. Alamo, double and a walk, and he scored twice for the Tigers. Hyatt still out there for the Vikings. First pitch down and away to J. Isaac Alamo. So in the first game of that series between Travis and Cy Woods, we saw something we'll never forget. Second pitch to Alamo is a strike at the letters on the outside edge. I call it the water moccasin game. Hyatt wants to work quickly here, looks over the top of his glove, shakes off a sign, gets the one he wants, rocks and comes home with it. Swung on and missed. And Alamo down 1-2. Back in the spring of 2018, we had some terrible drought conditions in the Houston area. And when snakes can't get water in the usual places, they go looking for water. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. And Hyatt really hitting his stride here. Strikes out Alamo to begin the top of the 4th. So at one point during that game 1 between Cy Woods and Travis, a snake crawls out on the field, and one of the outfielders for Cy Woods says, "You got to come kill this thing. I can't play left field out here with a venomous snake crawling around." First pitch is outside to Davis Rivers. He's 1 for 1 with a first inning single, and he drew a walk in the second. Hyatt bringing it righty to lefty. It's on the way. That's high for a ball. So the crowd for both Cy Woods and Travis cheered wildly when a coach went out there with a rake and beat the snake to death, put him on a shovel, and as he walked toward the fence, well, you know what happened. 1-1 pitch is down and in. So the crowd just kept making more and more noise. It was this crescendo as the coach walked toward the outfield wall with the carcass of the snake on the shovel, and when he threw it over the fence, they cheered like it was a game-winning homer, but it was fans from both teams. It was hilarious. I don't like water moccasins anyway. Here's the 2-1, down and away to Rivers. Well, but you could say that night the Travis Tigers were snake bit. They went to the bottom of the 7th, leading 3-0, and they just spit the bit, blew the game. It was horrible. 3-1, swung on and missed, and the count goes full on Rivers. So Travis lost that on a Thursday night, should have won game 1. They played during the day on Friday because Cy Woods had its prom on Friday night. Travis won game 2 easily. Here's the 3-2 to Rivers. Down and away for a ball, and Travis has a base runner. Second walk that Rivers has drawn tonight. Then on Saturday, Travis had the lead. They were up 2-0 on Cy Woods. All the games were played at Bridgeland, but on Saturday afternoon, Cy Woods came back and won it, and Travis was done. Then later I went to Elkins to watch Barbers Hill eliminate the Knights and broadcasted both games. I was 0 for 2. The first pitch is high to Lathan Bazard. He's 1 for 2, but he's been on base. He's been on base both times. He singled in the first, reached on an error in inning number 2. Hyatt looks over at Davis Rivers, short lead off of first. Here comes the 1-0, and that is sprayed down the right field line. It's fair. Davis turns second and heads for third, and it's going to be a double for Lathan Bazard. He slides in safely. Runners at second and third for Travis as they try to extend their 6-4 lead.
Center fielder number 2, Nick Masserini.
Bro, the fact that they didn't have blue Powerade just broke.
So now Nick Masserini, what an opportunity he has right here. He's 1 for 2 with a first inning single. So just beware if you go to the Bridgeland ballpark, and we've had a very, very dry spring. The good news is there's so much development around that area. The water moccasins might have just moved away from the Grand Parkway and all that noise and vibration that they don't like. Masserini ready. Hyatt delivers outside for a ball. And by the way, Bridgeland, I don't know, sometimes your enjoyment or a game or non-enjoyment can be based on whoever's running things up in the press box, running the PA. And Masserini takes a good rip but fouls it straight back. Travis leading it 6-4 here in the top of the 4th. Masserini with runners at second and third and only 1 out. Hyatt trying to work out of this little jam. There's a pitch in the dirt, and Earhart stopped it, saved a run, because if he hadn't done that, then Davis Rivers would have dashed home from third. Wind's still blowing out, but it's blowing a lot more gently now than it was at game time. Hyatt brings it. Masserini takes outside. Another nice job by Parker. He backhanded one that would have gotten past a lot of catchers. Rivers leading off of third, and Bazard leading off of second. Hyatt steps off, now kicks the dirt around. Masserini steps out. Stands straight up. In the box, ready for the 3-1. Swung on and missed. It's 3-2. Walks have been a bit of a problem for Hyatt. He has walked 5 already tonight.
I hope he scores 5 more runs.
Hyatt walking behind the mound. The home plate umpire needed a moment. Now he's back behind Parker Earhart. Masserini digs in, ready for the 3-2 pitch with 1 out and runners at second and third. Hyatt brings it. Masserini takes outside for ball 4, and the bags are packed. Now Max Villarreal, he's 1 for 2.
Max Villarreal.
Actually, I said he was 1 for 2. He's 0 for 2. Sorry about that. And now we have Matthew Warren, the head coach of the Dulles Vikings, going out to the mound, and don't know if he plans to make a change. Nobody's warming up for these Vikings as they trail 6-4, and they really need to keep it right where it is. It was very impressive to see the way they came back with 4 runs in the bottom of the first to tie this game. But since then, their offense has gone quiet, and they've got to pitch carefully. The mound conference is over. It's still Hyatt's game. Tomorrow night around the district, Dulles is at Austin, 7 o'clock start. We won't be broadcasting that one. Elkins at Travis, that's the one we will have. Clements is at George Ranch. The Rangers are not mathematically eliminated. And Ridgepoint will be at Bush. First pitch to Villarreal, outside corner strike. No place to put Max. Hyatt will go from the windup now with the bases loaded. Here's the 0-1. That's on the outside corner for strike 2. Hyatt looks over his glove. One more deep breath. Now he kicks and comes home with it. High and away for a ball. Max Villarreal, open stance, right-handed box. Waiting for Hyatt to bring the 1-2. He's taken his time. Now he steps off and dries his face off a little bit with the collar of his jersey. All the runs were scored in the first inning and a half in this game, and it's 6-4 Travis. Hyatt brings it. High in the air, foul back behind us. And it'll hit the utility pole. How about that? Good thing it didn't turn the lights out. Rivers is at third, Bazard is at second, and Masserini is at first. Villarreal hanging in there, 1 out in the inning. Hyatt rocks and brings it. And that is a line drive to right field. Patel makes the catch. Rivers tags and starts to come home, but he holds up. Good throw by Patel. Great defense by Dulles to keep that 7th run off the board. And now there are 2 away. Aman Patel used that pitching arm a lot on Saturday, but he had enough gas to get it all the way home on one perfect hop, and Earhart was able to stare down Rivers, who had already gone back to third anyway.
Pinch hitting number 16, Marquez.
Now we've got a pinch hitter for these Travis Tigers. They send up Alejandro Marquez, right-handed hitter. See if we got some numbers on Mr. Alejandro Marquez. Some of these stats I can kind of doctor up and help myself find things a little easier. We have to wait a pitch. Here's the pitch to Alejandro, and it is lashed into left field for a base hit. Here comes Rivers. Here comes Bazard. It's a 2-run single on the very first pitch. Well, I'll tell you what, Coach Rick Grimm pushing the buttons, bringing in a pinch hitter, and Alejandro Marquez. Boy, he came through in a big way. So he's only 2 for 6 on the year before that at bat, but now he's 3 for 7. He's got 3 singles and 2 RBIs. Great job, Alejandro Marquez. His on-base percentage, which was .375 before he swung at that time, continues to grow, and it's now 8-4 Travis on top. Here is Mikey Gallegos. First pitch, and he hits one high in the air to right field. Patel is under it. Patel's got it. And that will end the inning, or end the half inning, I should say. Side retired, but the damage is done. 2 runs for the Travis Tigers, and they up the ante. They now lead it by a score of 8-4, and we'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Fast Wi-Fi. You use it to connect just about everything, which means having really fast Wi-Fi matters a lot. That's why Xfinity is breaking the gig barrier and introducing Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's a big deal. It's a big deal for streaming big games, having big meetings, and making big plans. It's a big deal for families with 1 kid, or 2 kids, or 3 kids, especially if there's 1 kid who has enough devices for 10 kids. It's a big deal for gamers who are streaming while someone else is posting about their virtual spin class. And yet, it's also a big deal for a quiet Friday night in. So get in on Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's more than enough speed to power every device in the house. Can your internet do that? Introducing gig speeds over Wi-Fi. It's the fastest Wi-Fi you can get, and it's only from Xfinity. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store to learn more. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed.
8-4, Travis leads it, and 8-4 was the final score on Saturday when the Austin Bulldogs got a win here at the Vikings home ballpark. But of course, we have a long way to go. In fact, you could say we're halfway home. We played 3.5 innings. Parker Whitty still out there for the Travis Tigers. One thing about announcing baseball, it's amazing about the things that announcers can argue about. The things that people say you should never say, and, you know, guys who announce baseball can get together and argue about stuff that the listeners just, I don't think, really care one way or the other. When I was trying to learn how to do this better, there was somebody who told me, don't ever say, actually it was the former play-by-play announcer for the Sugarland Skeeters, Ira Liebman, and he said you should never say, well, what you should say when you have a pitcher who's 0-0, you just say he has no record. First pitch to Hunter Mullings, who hit a 2-run homer earlier tonight, is high for a ball. Next pitch to him, he swings and fouls it out of play. So Ira would tell me, you just say no record. But I noticed that Robert Ford of the Astros says no wins or losses. That's what I do. Because to me, if you're 0-0, you have a record. It's no wins and no losses. Curveball caught the inside corner on the last pitch to Mullings. Whitty ready to rock and bring another one. Here it comes. Check swing in the dirt, and it's 2-2. There's another announcer who was giving me pointers, and he said, I had given him a recording where I said, there was an outfielder that was chasing a deep drive into one of the gaps, and I said, he's on his horse. Hold that thought. 2-2 pitch to Mullings. Called strike, curveball on the outside corner, and down goes Mullings. He's not happy. 1 away, and that is 8 straight retired by Parker Whitty.
Miguel Tucker.
Now Miguel Tucker, who reached on an error in inning number 1. So I give this guy the recording where I said the outfielder was on his horse, and he said, how many horses are there in the outfield? But I have felt, really affirmed by some great announcers, swinging a foul ball out of play by Tucker. I've heard the great Matt Vasgersian of MLB Network. I think he is as good as it gets today. I lived in El Paso at the same time he was with the El Paso Diablos. He's great. And a pitch high. Ball 1 to Miguel Tucker. When I lived there, it was the El Paso Diablos. The El Paso Diablos, an affiliate of the Brewers first, and later the Arizona Diamondbacks, but then the team moved and was bought. Actually was bought, then moved. But they reestablished minor league baseball in El Paso. It's not AA now, but AAA, and it's the El Paso Chihuahuas. They're an affiliate of the San Diego Padres. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Tucker, and he hits a fly ball to center field. That could drop, Cannon, and it does. Drops in front of Nick Masserini. You know, he didn't get a great read on the ball, but I don't think he was going to catch it anyway, so it's a classic case of hit them where they ain't, and so the string of 8 straight retired by Parker Whitty comes to an end. And now Mark Tisdale, who struck out in inning number 1, comes up. The football quarterback for the Vikings, open stance from the right-handed box. And we'll see if Tucker might want to steal a base. Travis thinking that way, throws over. Tucker is 4 for 4 stealing bases this year. Here's the pitch to Tisdale, checks his swing. No, he went around. Strike 1. Nothing else really going on in District 26A baseball tonight, so that's why I'm not digging up any scores. There's another throw over, and the dive back in by Tucker as Davis Rivers applies the tag over there. 0-1 on Tisdale. It's 8-4, Travis on top. There's a curveball that catches the outside corner to Tisdale, and he's got to go into protect mode. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning. Travis scored 4 in the first. Dulles scored 4 in their half of the first, but a pair of runs in the second, a pair of runs in the fourth, and Travis is up 8-4. Tisdale watches that one sail outside, and it's 2-2. Mark Tisdale spells his first name M-A-R-C, just like Mark Vandermeer, the great announcer of the Houston Texans. And he hits a line drive into left field. Coming up with it is Nelson, getting it back in. But it's a 1-out single, and that moves the runner Tucker over to second, and Dulles has something going here.
Right fielder number 1, Amon Patel.
That is the 8th hit of the game for the Dulles Vikings, and hits are now even at 8. Now Amon Patel. But before Amon Patel does his work with the bat, we're going to have a mound conference. Thing about Travis, Rick Grimm has a pretty deep pitching staff, and he has used Mark Whitty recently, and so he is going to make a change. And we'll be back to tell you who the new hurler is for the Travis Tigers as they lead at 8-4. But Dulles with 2 men on and 1 out, bottom of the 4th. We'll continue right after this.
First Tire and Automotive will shower you in savings in April. Make sure you're not caught saying the wrong S word when it starts raining because you can't see out of your windshield. Safety first to get you to and from the big game. Check out these great savings. Wiper blades, buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free on select Contour Beam windshield wipers. Purchase 4 select BF Goodrich, Goodyear, General, or Uniroyal tires with a premium installation package and wheel alignment and save $100. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
All right, Micah Dean, the right-hander, comes on to pitch for these Travis Tigers. Micah Dean has a record of 3-0. This is going to be his 6th appearance. Most of those have been out of the bullpen. He's thrown 17 innings this year. He has had no save opportunities, and this is not a save opportunity. 7 hits allowed in 17 innings. That's pretty good. 4 runs allowed, all of those earned. 10 walks, but 16 strikeouts. And his ERA is a neat and tidy 1.65. His whip is right at 1, exactly 1. So Micah Dean out of the bullpen for the Travis Tigers. And this is a good time for me to kind of give you a rundown on what else is happening this week. So Travis, after tonight, they are hosting Elkins tomorrow. We'll broadcast that one for you. They'll be at Ridge Point on Friday. We may or may not broadcast that one. It kind of depends on what happens with softball. Ridgepoint is at Bush Tuesday. Then they will be hosting Austin on Wednesday, and we will broadcast that one for you on Wednesday. All those night games start at 6:45. And then Ridgepoint will still have to play Travis Friday, as we mentioned, and then they'll have to play Dulles on Saturday. There's more, but right now back to the diamond as Micah Dean begins his work. We can't close the book yet on Whitty because there are two base runners on that are his responsibility. Patel got tired of waiting and stepped out. Now he's back in there. 8-4 Travis. They're trying to keep it right there with this move to Micah Dean. Pitch to Patel, down for a ball. Patel struck out in the second when he faced Whitty. Dean looks back at second base. Brings it to Patel. Swung on and missed. It's 1-1. Tucker is the runner at second. Tisdale the runner at first. One away, bottom of the fourth. Patel ready. Takes one downstairs, and it's 2-1. I got to meet Amon's mom after the Saturday game against Austin Saturday. That's redundant. Sorry about that. I used to work in the Department of Redundancy Department. Here's the pitch. Fouled back. Patel had a nice cut. Cannon King comes away from the on-deck area to pick up that stray ball. He started a rally in the bottom of the first for Dulles with a double. Should get a chance to swing here. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed, and down goes Patel for the second out. So Micah Dean vanquishes the first hitter that he faces.
Center fielder number 4, Cannon King.
Now Cannon King doubled and scored in the first, and he hit a fly ball to left field in the second inning. Left-handed hitting Cannon King steps out before he gets ready for the first pitch. First pitch to him, downstairs for a ball. So the Elkins Knights are going to be at Travis tomorrow. We'll have that one for you. On Friday, Elkins is hosting Austin, and that's all they have. Dean brings it in the air, foul, and it's up near the light standard on our left. As we look up at the ball, we go blinded by the light. 1-1 the count on King. Pretty good distance between the first baseman Rivers and Villarreal, the second baseman. See if he'll hit it through that gap. There's a turnaround and a throw back to second. And not only does Tucker return to the bag, Villarreal was still about 8 feet away from it, so not even close. The count still 1-1 on King. Dean looks back at second. Here's the pitch. And there's a strike at the knees. Now here comes the noise from both sides in what could be a crucial moment in the game. Bottom of the fourth. King digs in. Dean delivers. Swung on and missed. It was outside the strike zone. Dean angry with himself for taking a run at that one. So Dulles does not score in the bottom of the fourth. They leave 2 men, and we'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
Fast Wi-Fi. You use it to connect just about everything, which means having really fast Wi-Fi matters a lot. That's why Xfinity is breaking the gig barrier and introducing Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's a big deal. It's a big deal for streaming big games, having big meetings, and making big plans. It's a big deal for families with 1 kid, or 2 kids, or 3 kids, especially if there's 1 kid who has enough devices for 10 kids. It's a big deal for gamers who are streaming while someone else is posting about their virtual spin class. And yet, it's also a big deal for a quiet Friday night in. So get in on Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's more than enough speed to power every device in the house. Can your internet do that? Introducing gig speeds over Wi-Fi. It's the fastest Wi-Fi you can get, and it's only from Xfinity. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store to learn more. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed.
We go to the top of the 5th with Travis still leading Dulles by a score of 8-4, and Dulles brings in a new pitcher. It's Gio Navarrete. He pitched on Saturday, so he's appearing in a second straight game. This is his 6th appearance of the season. Travis Navarrete has no wins or losses. 16 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 9 hits in that 16 2/3. 11 runs allowed, 6 of them earned. 12 walks, 18 strikeouts, and his ERA is 2.52. His WHIP 1.26. He's also had 5 1-2-3 innings, and from the Dulles perspective, it'd be a really good time for it right now. And the batting average against Navarrete, very, very good. It's 158. So it's hard to hit off of Gio Navarrete.
Leading on for Travis. Right,
now Mason Mushaw will lead it off for the Travis Tigers. Travis with 8 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. Dulles 4 runs on 7 hits, although I have them with 8. And 2 errors committed by the home team. Navarrete, a left-hander, working to the right-handed hitting Mason Mushaw. Wind still blowing out to center, and the first pitch to Mason, down and in, and it skips back to the backstop. Mushaw will be happy if he won't get hit by a pitch this time. He's been hit by a pitch twice after singling in the first. Navarrete rocks and fires the 1-0, swung on and missed. Nice fastball with some run on it, moving away from the right-handed hitting Mason Mushaw. Here's the pitch. Fouled back and to the right. Doesn't get over the screen. Brandon Epps is still at third base for Dulles. Hyatt has not moved over there. That's typically where Hyatt plays when he's not pitching. They may move him there later. Here's the 1-2, down and away for a ball. Mushaw digging in with the red and white New Balance cleats. Navarrete, slow windup, brings it. Check swing outside. They appeal to the infield umpire who says that Mushaw went around, and that's strike 3. And the infield umpire down at first base was very decisive in his call. Zach Nelson hit into a fielder's choice, struck out, lined out to center field. We can close the book on the starting pitcher for Dulles, Kason Hyatt, and then we'll do that in a moment. And the first pitch spiked, and all the way to the backstop it goes. 1-0 on Zach Nelson. So Kason Hyatt, 4 innings pitched, 89 pitches thrown, 56% strikes. Navarrete brings the 1-0 to Nelson, strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Hyatt, 4 innings pitched, 89 pitches thrown, 56% strikes, 8 hits allowed, 8 runs, 5 of those earned, 2 strikeouts, 6 walks. And he's on the hook for the defeat at the moment. There's a pitch called a strike, and there's just no way. I have a microphone in my set of gear, and it was at least the length of the microphone off the edge. And so Nelson moves to crowd the plate, and he takes a called strike 3 that was closer than the previous pitch. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Navarrete. Now J. Isaac Alamo, who has been kryptonite for any good pitching that Dulles has done tonight. Although he did strike out his last time, now that I think about the 4th inning. First pitch from Navarrete, just above the letters and a little bit inside, 1-0. First inning double, second inning walk. Alamo is ready, Navarrete nods. Here's the 1-0. And what happened there? I guess it squirted out of Earhart's mitt and back to the backstop. 2-0. By the way, the Vikings are wearing those caps that it's kind of hard for me to describe them. Here's the 2-0. Fouled out of play to the right. Alamo now with a 2-1 count. So the caps the Vikings are wearing tonight, it kind of looks like the old Montreal Expo caps and Detroit Tigers caps had a baby, because the D on the front for Dulles is a lot like the Detroit D, but it's white across the front, navy blue visors, and red across the back. Here's the 2-1 on the outside corner, called strike, 2-2. Players are going to have to adjust. Tonight's home plate umpire has a fairly big strike zone. 2-2 with 2 outs and the base is empty. The pitch to Alamo. Fouls it out of play back into the right. We were all listening for a crash. Didn't hear one. Did we? I have headphones on. It's not as easy for me to hear the crash. Navarrete brings it. Swung on, but it's a foul tip. Just a silly millimeter away from striking out the side. Dust is starting to swirl, but it's swirling away from the fans, so we're happy. Two. Earhart wants an outside target, and he gets what he wants, except it was too high. And the count now full, 3-2. Davis Rivers waits to bat next. If Alamo can get on, here's the payoff pitch. Just got a piece and fouled it back. Off the brick wall and then rolls a third of the way back to the mound past home plate.
That's why I said that.
We can also close the book on Parker Whitty, which I'll do before we take another commercial break. Navarrete brings the 3-2. Curveball just high. Looked like a beauty. Navarrete can't believe he didn't get the call. So with 2 outs, Alamo walks. Now Davis Rivers. Single, walk, and he scored a run tonight. So Parker Whitty in 3 1/3 innings, 72 pitches thrown, 67% strikes, 7 hits allowed, 4 runs, all of those earned, 5 strikeouts, no walks, but he gave up the home run to Hunter Mullings. Rivers looks at the first pitch, down and away for a ball. Lefty, Navarrete working to lefty swinging, Davis Rivers. And that one is down and away for a ball. If Travis wins tonight and they're leading 8-4 here in the top of the 5th, then they would clinch at least a share of the District 26A title. Navarrete throws over and Alamo dives back in. What you want to do if you're a Fort Bend ISD Class 6A baseball team is avoid playing the Katy Tigers or the Tompkins Falcons in the first round. So Dulles fighting for that 4th playoff spot. It means they would play Katy if they earn it. Pitch outside to Rivers, and the count 3-0. He looks very disappointed, like he wants to swing at something. Navarrete very stoic on the mound. Comes set. There's the 3-0, and it's high. A 4-pitch walk delivered to Davis Rivers. 2 straight walks after Navarrete had struck out the first 2 batters he faced. And now it's Lathan Bazard with a runner in scoring position. And Earhart, the veteran catcher, going to go out and talk to Gio Navarrete. So I don't think I told you about the Dulles schedule, but it's extensive. After tonight, they go to Austin tomorrow. Then they're at George Ranch on Wednesday night. They're off on Thursday when it's probably going to rain anyway. Then they play George Ranch again Friday, but it's here at Dulles. And then on Saturday, they're at Ridge Point. Navarrete ready. Going to bring it to Lathan Bazard. Here's the pitch, and that was a really wild one. And Earhart throwing down to second, nobody there. And everybody moves up. Alamo is at third, Rivers is at second. What happened was the pitch was so wild that it hit the brick wall on the fly. Earhart knew it might carry him back quickly. He picked it up. He fired down to second. He thought that was his better chance. But nobody was there. Fortunately, Mullings was behind the bag and flagged it down. So the count 1-0 on Bazard. Here's the pitch, down and in for ball 2. Like to say hi to, well, I don't know how to say Lathan's big brother's name. Is it Landry or Landre? It's Landre, I believe. 2-0 pitch, down and in, and it's 3-0. First base is open, and they might want to walk Bazard and take their chances with Nick Massarini, but that might be a bad idea.
If you look at the driver's side door, you'll see a big...
Navarrete from the windup brings it high in the air, in foul ground, and it's Salinas backing up. Now it comes back into fair territory, and Tisdale misses it. Alamo scores, Rivers scores, and it's 10-4 Travis. It looked like the ball was going into foul territory. Salinas appeared to be calling for it, and then it just twisted back, and it twisted away from Tisdale. And heartbreak for the Dulles Vikings.
No, but that's the problem. I went and talked to the cop, and he said...
So we'll check on the game changer. That was a tough play to make for Tisdale. I don't know if the Dulles scorekeepers are going to give him an error or not. But here is the first pitch to Massarini. And it's ball 1, and a quick throw down by Earhart to try and see if he could get Bazard moving away from first base. So another inning with 2 runs scored, but it's not over for Travis. 2 outs. Massarini takes strike on the inside corner. Max Villarreal is on due to hit next, and he is in the on-deck circle. 1-1 the count. Navarrete struck out the first 2, but trouble ever since. There's a pitch over the inside corner, but a little bit high. Navarrete comes set. Looks over at Bazard. Now throws that way. And Bazard easily steps back onto the bag. Navarrete ready to bring it. Massarini takes outside, and I think Earhart was going to throw down to first, but it looked like maybe he didn't have a grip, so he just held on to it. And 3-1 the count on Massarini. Next pitch coming, and it's high for another ball 4. Massarini walks. That pushes Bazard over to second. And now Max Villarreal will bat again. I would like to tell you how the Ridgepoint girls did in softball tonight. They had an early game. Okay, here we go. Somebody beat somebody 19-0.
Second baseman number 7, Max Villarreal.
Max Villarreal is going to bat, and actually what I was looking for was the Ridgepoint girls score, but the Fort Bend Kempner baseball team beat Willow Ridge 19-0. Playoffs are in the Kempner Cougars' future. And here we go. Villarreal ready. Navarrete brings it. First pitch swinging, and he fouls it back. Navarrete looks back at second base. Brings it. Villarreal takes one outside, and the count 1-1. And Villarreal sprays one foul back into the right, and it hits one of the live wires up there, and that's good because that keeps it from hitting a car. 10-4 Travis as they put up a pair of runs here in this top of the fifth. Navarrete brings it. Villarreal swings and misses. That ends the inning, and Navarrete strikes out the side, but in between his second and third strikeouts, the 2 runs came home. So the Tigers now on top by a score of 10-4, and Dulles will bat in the bottom of the fifth when we return. This is VypeFortBend.com.
First Tire Automotive will shower you in savings in April. Make sure you're not caught saying the wrong S word when it starts raining because you can't see out of your windshield. Safety first to get you to and from the big game. Check out these great savings. Wiper blades, buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free on select Contour Beam windshield wipers. Purchase 4 select BF Goodrich, Goodyear, General, or Uniroyal tires with a premium installation package and wheel alignment and save $100. First Tire Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. FirstTireAuto.com.
You and we mean everything. We take care of you so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max. Taking care of business.
We have a softball score for you. The Travis girls, co-champions of District 26A, close out their season with a win 13-4 over the Elkins Knights. So I need to check. I'm not sure if they go into the playoffs as the top seed or the second seed out of District 26A because they had the same record as George Ranch and split with George Ranch. But here we go, back to Dulles, where the Vikings are down 10-4 and batting in the bottom of the fifth. Micah Dean delivers to Brandon Epps, first pitch swinging, and he comes up empty, strike 1. Righty working to righty. This is the first time Epps has faced Dean in this game, and that pitch is up and away for a ball. And Josh Shimon, the catcher, wants to go out there and talk to his pitcher. Epps is 1 for 2. Singled in the first when Dulles scored all their runs. And then he grounded out to third when he came up in the second. Conversation was short between Shimon and Dean. 1-1 the count. Dean taking his time, looking over the top of his glove. Now he starts his windup. Epps takes a strike on the outside corner at the knees. Perfect location based on where Shimon had his mitt. Slightly open stance for Epps. The 1-2 on the way, fouled out of play. I look back with great fondness with that Dulles team of 2019. And I guess what was roughly 2 years ago to the day, they beat Elkins here on their home field. I think they had already clinched the playoff spot, but they got a walk-off win on a Jason Brown single. Epps with a two-hopper to third base, and up with it is Bizard, and he throws across, gets the out. Correction, it's not Bizard. They've made a change over there. It's Lance Kahn. See, that's why I have the game changer, but the game changer isn't even right. It says Bizard's over there. Lance Kahn is now playing third base for Travis. And if the game changer is right, everything else is the same. Score that one 5-3 to retire Epps. Now Parker Earhart, frustrating night for him. First pitch swinging, and it's a nasty slice over into the parking lot. The one where the Dulles band practices. You can see the football field markings on that parking lot. 0-1 on Earhart, who's hit into a double play and struck out. You like to get something off of Dean right here. Down for a ball. Dean trying to throw off Earhart's timing by raising that left knee and then just kind of hesitating there for a moment. Lance McCullers likes to do that for the Astros. Here's the 1-1, where he did not hesitate after bringing the knee up, but the pitch is down and it's 2-1 on Earhart. Dean wiggles his glove, now starts the windup. Swung on and missed, it's 2-2.
Let me show you the first one that popped up on Amazon.
I wonder if Micah Dean eats Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwiches. Swung on and missed. That pitch was high. Earhart couldn't lay off. He came up empty. He struck out twice now, and Micah Dean has two outs, and the base is clear in the bottom of the fifth. Now it'll be Anthony Salinas. He doubled in the first. That was part of a 4-run Dulles rally, but they haven't scored since. Since that first inning, I mean. First pitch, down and in for a ball, and that was the heat. You could hear the mitt pop. The wind has shifted. It's blowing out toward left. Might help Salinas if he gets the ball up in the air. Checks his swing, but it's a called strike, and he's down. Well, actually, it's 1-1. Sorry about that. Dean rocks and fires. Swung on and missed, and it was 1-1 because Anthony's still up there with one more chance. 1-2. And timeout called by Salinas, who got tired of waiting. I want to talk about that 2019 Dulles team when we come back for the next inning of play. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Dean has struck out 3 of the 4 batters that he's faced. His teammates burst out of the dugout to congratulate him. Outstanding pitching by Micah Dean. And we'll be back for the top of the 6th when we return 10-4. Travis on top of Dulles.
First Tire Automotive will shower you in savings in April. Make sure you're not caught saying the wrong S word when it starts raining because you can't see out of your windshield. Safety first to get you to and from the big game. Check out these great savings. Wiper blades, buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free on select Contour Beam windshield wipers. Purchase 4 select BF Goodrich, Goodyear, General, or Uniroyal tires with a premium installation package and wheel alignment and save $100. First Town Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. FirstTireAuto.com.
Changes for Dulles as we go to the 6th inning. Brandon Epps comes on as the 3rd pitcher of the night for the Vikings, and Omar Velasco is now catching, replacing Parker Earhart. So I'll give you the pitching numbers on Brandon Epps. He's 1-0. This is his 6th appearance. Half of those appearances out of the bullpen. 15 innings pitched, 17 hits, 10 runs, 7 earned, 7 walks, 8 strikeouts, an ERA of 3.27. Has not given up any homers this year. His whip, 1.60. He's had 2 1-2-3 innings this season and 8 innings where he threw fewer than 13 pitches. And the first person due to face him is Josh Shimon, the catcher, and he is standing aside, waiting to bat. Right-hander Brandon Epps will pitch to right-handed hitting Josh Shimon. So in 2019, I remember the final home game when Jason Brown had the walk-off hit. He drove home Will Burford to beat the Elkins Knights, and Dulles had already clinched their playoff spot. Yet it was great to see. And I remember that a couple of times when we did ball games here, the bunny rabbit appeared, before it got dark. It was just so funny. Everybody laughs, everybody cheers. We stop the game, the rabbit runs across, and then we continue. Epps to Shimon, first pitch, curveball strike on the outside edge. 0-1. But there are a couple of other things. Epps brings it, swung on and missed. Shimon down 0-2. So they played this game against Katy. It was a one-gamer. It got delayed by rain on Thursday at Morton Ranch. Didn't get to play till Saturday. Shimon lines one into left field, and it will get down and go past Tucker all the way to the wall. And a double for Shimon. How about that? Travis is not done offensively, though they lead 10-4. And I think we're going to have a courtesy runner out there. We usually do.
The shortstop, number 5, Mikey Gallegos.
Bryce Garcia is going out there to run for Shimon. And it'll be Mikey Gallegos to bat. So they play on a Saturday. It's a tough loss, and there's going to be a mound conference, so I have a chance to talk about this a little bit. And the ace pitcher for Dulles that year was Austin Essex. And they lost 1-0. And even though this broke my heart to see it, and I hurt for their pain, there was something that just warmed my heart. Seems like baseball and softball do it for you. Gallegos shows bunt, does not put one down. There's a quick throw down to second by Velasco, but Garcia, the pinch runner, gets back to second. So Austin Essex had this little sister. I don't know how old she was, maybe 4, give or take a year. She wanted her big brother to win so bad. Oh, she was just sobbing and jumped into his arms, and he carried her around for about 20 minutes. She was inconsolable, but she just loved her brother and wanted the team to win. There's a pop-up by Gallegos, and coming in is Navarrete, who's now playing shortstop. Correction, that's Mullings. Still Mullings out there playing shortstop. He squeezes it for the first out. So seeing Austin Essex's little sister just sob when her brother and the Vikings didn't win that day, It's just love. It's a beautiful thing to see. Here's a turnaround, and Epps throws back to second. Easily diving back in is Garcia. And then, of course, there was January of 2020. After the passing of the beloved head coach Mike Weatherly, to see all those boys who showed up for that funeral at River Point Church out of great affection for the man. We had so many shared tears and some shared laughs during that service. And I miss Coach Weatherly very much, and I know that head coach Matthew Warren really knows how blessed he is to have worked as the assistant to Coach Weatherly, and of course got the opportunity to start being the head coach last year. And hope Bob Ann Weatherly is listening somewhere. We miss Mike very much. There's a pop-up. And will it get out of play over here on the right? No, it does not, and Velasco overruns it. The count now 1-1 on Mushaw, who's standing in. Mason Mushaw, single, hit by a pitch twice, then struck out when he came up in the fifth. We're in the top of the sixth, 10-4, Travis on top. Runner in scoring position for Mushaw. With only one out, Brandon Epps pitching. There's a swing and a foul ball out of play to our right and into the darkness.
That's such a good one. You have no idea. Wait, Sterling? I think I'm always wrong.
There was another very sweet moment here at Dulles that I remember. It was before 2019. I don't know exactly which year. It was either 2017 or 2018. Here's the pitch. And Mushaw hits a comebacker to Epps, throws over to first, gets the out, 2 away. Salinas hands the ball back to Epps, and Garcia moves from second to third on the play.
Left fielder, number 1, Zach Nelson.
Now Zach Nelson will be up. Tigers left fielders hit into a fielder's choice, struck out, lined out to center field, and struck out looking in the fifth. Looking at Epps for the first time in this game. The right-hander comes set, looks at Garcia. Here's the pitch. Nelson takes one, and evidently it was a little bit high. One of the great athletes in Dulles history was Luke Metzer. Played both football and baseball. And his sister Sarah was a great softball player. There's a pitch down and in. I remember broadcasting a game where Luke hit a homer, and Sarah didn't have a softball game that night, so she was there cheering for her brother. I think they were the same age, if I'm not mistaken. She might have been a year younger. I'm not sure. Here's the pitch. Nelson takes. Curveball is high, and the count 2-1. And the look of pride and joy on Sarah's face when Luke hit the bomb, and she was so happy for him. It was just sweet. She was very proud of her brother. I love it when siblings get along. There's a pitch high to Nelson, and the count 3-1. He may be looking for something center cut. He may be hunting a fastball here. We'll see if a hunting he will go. The wind is still blowing out to the outfield. Nelson ready. Here's the pitch. And it's outside for ball 4. No, it's not. It's strike 2. He was third of the way to first base. And the umpire didn't call a strike audibly, or at least not very loud. Okay, 3-2. Nelson ready. Choking up from the left side. Here comes Epps' pitch, and it's high. There's ball 4. And there are runners at the corners with 2 away. Now back to the Alamo. By the way, I'll get you the numbers on the second Dulles pitcher, Navarrete. That'll happen in a moment. Epps pitching to Alamo, righty to righty. First pitch, and it is lined into right field for a base hit. Coming on home is Garcia, and breaking with the pitch was Nelson, so he gets from first to third. And I saw something last night during the Sunday night ESPN baseball game, Dodgers and Padres, where Matt Vasgersian was talking about the absence of the hit and run. Well, there's your perfect hit and run. Alamo hit it right behind Nelson as he broke for second. That's just how you do it. A beautiful thing. A symphony of baseball. So Navarrete, by the way, pitched a full inning, 35 pitches. Less than half were strikes, but he got 3 strikeouts and 3 walks and gave up 2 unearned runs, but no hits. Swung on and missed by Rivers, and there is Alamo taking second with no throw. Oh, that was a thing of beauty by Alamo. I'm not George Will. I don't get excited about sacrifice bunts, okay? Here's a strike. Score now 11-4 after that base hit by Alamo brought home Garcia, who was running for Shimon. Left-handed swinging. Davis Rivers ready. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, a little foul tip that bounced off of Velasco, but he's okay. So you got Velasco catching. Came in for Earhart. Everything else is the same in the field. Here's the 0-2. Rivers takes down and away. And the pitch blocked nicely by Velasco. Rivers puts up a hand so that Nelson knows not to try and sneak home from third. Alamo leading off second. 2 runners in scoring position. Swung on and missed. The changeup gets him. And they got to throw down to first to complete the putout. They do. Travis picks up a run, though. They lead it 11-4 as we move to the bottom of the 6th. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Fast Wi-Fi. You use it to connect just about everything, which means having really fast Wi-Fi matters a lot. That's why Xfinity is breaking the gig barrier and introducing Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's a big deal. It's a big deal for streaming big games, having big meetings, and making big plans. It's a big deal for families with 1 kid, or 2 kids, or 3 kids, especially if there's 1 kid who has enough devices for 10 kids. It's a big deal for gamers who are streaming while someone else is posting about their virtual spin class. And yet, it's also a big deal for a quiet Friday night in. So get in on Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's more than enough speed to power every device in the house. Can your internet do that? Introducing gig speeds over Wi-Fi. It's the fastest Wi-Fi you can get, and it's only from Xfinity. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store to learn more. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed.
Hey, Whataburger fans, here's some good news for you. Whataburger has a rich, creamy treat that's sure to satisfy your cravings. It's the Dr. Pepper Shake, and it comes with everything you love about Whataburger's classic shakes with the 23 delicious flavors of a Dr. Pepper. So whether you're craving a smooth shake or a soda bursting with bold flavor, the Dr. Pepper Shake has the best of both worlds. But you'd better try it soon because it won't be long before this limited time shake is gone. The Dr. Pepper Shake only at Whataburger. Micah Dean back out there. He has retired 4 straight since coming on in relief of Parker Whitty.
Travis looks like a prison. Travis? I know. And I can't tell the difference.
And it is Omar Velasco who leads off in the bottom of the 6th, and then he hits one fisted foul over on the right side, and Nelson picks it up over there.
I took my SAT
Parker Whitty, 3 1/3, 7 hits allowed, 4 runs, all of those earned, but he's on course for the win. He struck out 5 and he walked nobody. Dean's pitch, and Velasco with a cue shot over on the right, and Nelson fighting with Bizard for the foul ball. guess with a 7-run lead, you can kind of, amuse yourselves fighting over foul balls. Travis with 11 runs on 10 hits and 1 error. Hold on. Velasco takes down and away for a ball. It's 1-2. Dulles, 4 runs on 7 hits, but they've made 3 errors.
It makes a lot more sense. Hold on.
The wind continues to blow out as Velasco in the batter's box for the first time faces Dean. 1-2 on the way. There's a little chopper, 1 hopper back to Dean, and a little lob throw over to first base. Rivers makes the put out. There you go, 1 down in the bottom of the 6th. Now Hunter Mullings, he had that homer in the first, and it really brought all the Dulles fans to their feet. But the Dulles offense has been silent since that bottom of the first when they tied the game 4-all. First pitch outside to Mullings. This is his first confrontation with Micah Dean on the night. Righty working to righty, open stance for Hunter. Dean flexing his glove, now brings it. Foul back, and Mullings looked like he was trying to go downtown. This is one of those games where I should have packed my briefcase with more stuff to say. But hold on, Micah Dean, I think he has fulfilled a pitch requirement, and he's going to be replaced. So he did real well. Struck out 4, or retired 4. Actually, I think he did strike out. Actually retired 4 in a row, 3 of those by strikeout. Make it 5 in a row because he got Hyatt to ground out. And in the middle of the at-bat to Hunter Mullings, we're going to have a new man on the mound, and it'll be a lefty. And that lefty is Cooper Lovelace. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
First Tire and Automotive will shower you in savings in April. Make sure you're not caught saying the wrong S word when it starts raining because you can't see out of your windshield. Safety first to get you to and from the big game. Check out these great savings. Wiper blades, buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free on select Contour Beam windshield wipers. Purchase 4 select BF Goodrich, Goodyear, General, or Uniroyal tires with a premium installation package and wheel alignment and save $100. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugar Land and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
After Parker Whitty and Micah Dean, it is now Cooper Lovelace, the left-hander for these Travis Tigers, with no wins or losses. Making his 6th appearance of the year, his 5th time out of the bullpen to pitch. 12 1/3 innings. And by the way, he was good on 1 save opportunity, but with the Tigers up 11-4, this is not a save opportunity. 7 hits allowed in those 12 1/3 innings. 4 runs. 2 of those runs were earned. 7 walks, 16 strikeouts. An ERA of 1.14 and a whip of exactly the same, 1.14. So the count he inherits is 0-1 as he faces Hunter Mullings. 11-4, Travis on top. Nobody on base, 1 out, bottom of the 6th. Left-hander working to right-hander. Cooper brings it, and it's high. Ball 1, that evens the count. Actually, the umpire now says it is 2-1. Thank you. Appreciate that. Lovelace brings it, and it's ripped into left field for a base hit on 2 hops. It reaches the Tigers left fielder, Lakin Barker, who's out there. So the Dulles bats have just gone cold since the first inning, but hope springs eternal here. All right, I'm looking at my roster. I don't have a 15. I'm going to have to ask somebody who this is. Or am I? Here's the pitch, and that's a high chopper toward Kahn at third. He's got to go to first, and it gets past the first baseman, Rivers. And that's going to leave runners at second and third as Hunter Mullings gets to third base. And Miguel Tucker, by the way, I just have Miguel Tucker's number wrong. That's the problem. I have him as number 2 on the roster, and he's wearing number 15. So sorry for the confusion. All right, so that is going to be a throwing error on Kahn, the third baseman, E5. So we have runners at second and third. Now it is Mark Tisdale. Tisdale 1 for 2. And he did not face Micah Dean. Here he is facing Cooper Lovelace with 1 out. Uncle Charlie drops in for a strike. You can tell that hope springs eternal from all the noise coming out of that Dulles dugout. Here it comes. Tisdale, ground ball to short. Gallegos up with it, fires across, gets the out. Hunter Mullings comes across to score, and that cuts the lead to 11-5. 2 outs, and Miguel Tucker stays at second.
Hitting number 23, Jason Smith.
Now Jason Smith comes up to bat. Jason Smith's got some pretty good hitting numbers. 348 average, 444 on base percentage. He's 8 for 23. Right-handed hitter. First pitch to him from Lovelace is hit foul in the air. Will it get out of play? Yes, it does by about a foot. Rivers gave it a look. Jason Smith with a double on the year, 4 RBIs. He has scored 8 runs himself. He's drawn 4 walks. Says he's struck out 8 times. That doesn't seem possible. Maybe it's just an all or nothing thing with Jason Smith. Either he hits safely or he strikes out. Lovelace turns around, throws back to second. Tucker is back in. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Dulles trying to fight back. They're down 11-5. Cooper Lovelace comes set at the belt, looks back at Tucker, now brings it. Smith takes one in the dirt. Shimon keeps it in front. No move by Tucker. Travis has had some opportunities to get to that magic 10-run lead and run rule this game. Jason Smith with a long look at Lovelace, who takes a long look in at his catcher, Shimon. Here's the pitch. Down and in for a ball right over Jason Smith's toenails, and it's 1-1. 2-1. This home plate umpire does a great job of keeping us updated on the count. Jason Smith pinch hitting for Aman Patel right here. Lovelace brings it, and a tapper goes foul, and that evens the count 2-2. That pitch took a dive and just clipped the bottom part of the bat of Jason Smith. Lovelace taking his time now. Has the sign he wants, brings it, And that's a line drive caught by the second baseman, Micah Dean. What a beauty for the third out of the inning, robbing Jason Smith of a hit. And that'll do it for Dulles in the bottom of the sixth. They do pick up a run, though. They trail Travis 11-5 as we go to the seventh. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Fast Wi-Fi. You use it to connect just about everything, which means having really fast Wi-Fi matters a lot. That's why Xfinity is breaking the gig barrier and introducing Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's a big deal. It's a big deal for streaming big games, having big meetings, and making big plans. It's a big deal for families with 1 kid, or 2 kids, or 3 kids, especially if there's 1 kid who has enough devices for 10 kids. It's a big deal for gamers who are streaming while someone else is posting about their virtual spin class. And yet, it's also a big deal for a quiet Friday night in. So get in on Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's more than enough speed to power every device in the house. Can your internet do that? Introducing gig speeds over Wi-Fi. It's the fastest Wi-Fi you can get, and it's only from Xfinity. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store to learn more. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed.
I have a confession to make. I like those 90s boys bands. I do, you know. I guess you call them boy bands. Like that stuff, you know. The girls like that stuff, so if they like that stuff, I like that stuff. All right, here we go with Travis. We're going to see some new faces up there batting. Lance Kahn comes on to bat now. Came on to play third base. By the way, I didn't notice, but Parker Earhart is playing third base now. Velasco catching for him now, and Kahn rips a base hit to left center field. King over there to cut it off and get it back in and hold him to a single. Nice throw, Cannon, but also a nice line drive by Lance Kahn, who's batting in place of Lathan Bazard. Now Nick Massarini, the center fielder, is due, but it's not going to be Nick. Zach Longshore. Zach is a really good pitcher. Doesn't get called on to hit very often by these Travis Tigers. Left-handed swinger. His dad runs the video for the Tigers. Brandon Epps on the mound, righty working to lefty. Curveball misses the outside corner. Zach Longshore, in his limited at-bats, is hitting .533. 8 for 15, 6 singles, a double, and 1 home run. 5 RBIs, and there's a throw over. Lance Kahn dives back in and gets filthy. Longshore can throw hard. I'll bet he can hit the ball hard, too. Kind of an Evan Gaddis type, except he hits lefty off the end of the bat and fouled off the backstop and scared a couple of moms over there. I guess you have to keep your backstop net in good repair. You never know when you'll really need it. Longshore doesn't wear any batting gloves. Epps brings it. Swung on and straight back, and that would have hit me right in the left kneecap if not for the backstop and the chain link fence. So I have double, not double indemnity. I don't know what you call it, but I got 2 barriers in front of me, which is nice to have that going for you, which is nice. 11-5. Dulles trailing. Travis batting in the top of the 7th. Longshore got tired of waiting, holds up a hand, and the home plate umpire gives him time. And there's a throw over. And Anthony Salinas, I've known him for years. He's a really nice kid. And he didn't mean to, but he kind of tagged Lance Kahn on the side of the head, kind of whopped him downside the head, and said he was sorry. 1-2, just foul tipped and still alive is Zach Longshore. Omar Velasco giving Parker Earhart a break as Earhart now playing third base for the Vikes. Sure would be nice to hear a roar of the crowd for something. Although that line drive that was caught by Micah Dean, that kind of brought a rise out of him. Check swing on a pitch that's high and away, and it's now 2-2 on Zach Longshore. Travis, if they can hang on to this lead, will improve to 11-1 in district play. Yeah, they'll improve to 11-1. Here's the 2-2 downstairs, and the count goes full on Longshore. Of course, yes, Travis has Elkins tomorrow night, which we'll broadcast, and then they're at Ridge Point on Friday. I don't know if we'll broadcast that one or not. We might have softball. Playoffs trumps meaningless end-of-the-season game. Swing and a miss on the 3-2 pitch, and down goes Longshore. Strikeout for Epps.
Now batting the pitcher number 17, Lovelace.
That's Epps' second strikeout. So who we got batting now? Looks like another pinch hitter. Here's the first pitch. Swung on, and it goes out of play to the left. Cooper Lovelace is batting, and it's caught. How about that? Actually, it drops. I thought it was going to not only be foul, but be out of play, but it dropped in. Hit them where they ain't, and Cooper Lovelace is standing at first base and flexing. I got to confess, I just kind of looked up and I lost track of that one. But I know that the people behind me and to my right, the Travis people, were cheering, so obviously it was a hit. And you've got Lance Kahn now at second. So with still only one out, we're going to have another pinch hitter. Josh, no, it won't be a pinch hitter. It'll still be Josh Shimon. Brandon Epps just trying to get out of this top of the seventh, and maybe his team will put together a big rally. Shimon high in the air to right field. Patel drifting back. He's got it. But that will allow Kahn to move from second to third. And Cooper Lovelace stays where he is at first base. So with 2 outs, you have runners at the corners.
Number 5, Mikey Gallegos.
Now it's Mikey Gallegos. I guess today's teenagers are unaware of what a cultural icon Mikey was. You know, the kid on the cereal commercial. You know, Mikey, his big brother said that he wouldn't like the Life cereal. But he did. He said, Mikey won't eat it. He hates everything. So that's why if Mikey swings at a pitch, I'll say Mikey likes it. Here's the pitch. He didn't like that when it was down and away for a ball. Travis leading 11-5. And so with a victory, their magic number will drop to 1, and they will clinch at least a tie for the championship of District 26A. High in the air by Gallegos. The runner was moving. That's going to be trouble. Salinas in foul ground. Can't make the catch. It would have been a very difficult catch, but he's upset that he didn't make it. He turned around and had to sprint back about 25 yards, twisting, turning, looking over his shoulder. He was the only one in a position to get there. He did get a glove on it, but couldn't squeeze it. So Gallegos will swing again. The top of the order, King, Epps, and Earhart will be due for Dulles in the bottom of the seventh. Ground ball to Mullings behind second base, throws to first, in time to get Gallegos. Nice play, and that will do it. Side retired, and we'll go to the bottom of the seventh. Last chance for the Dulles Vikings. They trail it 11-5. This is VypeFortBend.com.
First Tire and Automotive will shower you in savings in April. Make sure you're not caught saying the wrong S word when it starts raining because you can't see out of your windshield. Safety first to get you to and from the big game. Check out these great savings. Wiper blades, buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free on select Contour Beam windshield wipers. Purchase 4 select BF Goodrich, Goodyear, General, or Uniroyal tires with a premium installation package and wheel alignment and save $100. First Tire and Automotive, a proud sponsor of Fort Bend Vype Sports. Make your appointment today at any of the 4 convenient locations in Sugarland and Cinco Ranch. All 4 stores open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
We take care of you so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max.
We want to thank the team at Office Depot, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace in Sugar Land, for taking care of business for us all year long, as we've been able to bring you Fort Bend County sports every week, always at least 2 games. There wasn't a single week where we brought you fewer than 2, and sometimes we brought you 6, and even during playoff basketball, I was about to say 5, and during playoff basketball, we brought you 6. I think we're going to be able to do that as softball and baseball move into the playoff part of the proceedings. Can't wait for the school year to be over, but I want baseball and softball to continue a long time. All right, here we go. Cannon King back up there to hit. Dulles will try to get something going. And it's still Cooper Lovelace, the left-hander, out there for the Tigers. And I think because they have the convenience of the 11-5 lead, Travis is not going to need to use their powerful right-handed closer, Dylan Kinney. He can save himself for tomorrow night when they take on the Elkins Knights. They might need him at the end of that one. Lovelace from the stretch. King looks at a curveball, misses away. Quite a few changes for Travis. Arnaldo Saenz is in at second base. Zach Longshore is in center field. Here's a pitch on the outside corner to King, and the count 1-1. Out in left field, they have Lakin Barker. And Bryce Garcia is playing right field for the Tigers. Good to see these guys get on the field. They work very hard. Here's the 1-1. King takes a curveball right down the middle. And it's 1-2 on Cannon King, whose double got things going in the first for Dulles when they tied the game at 4-4. But right now they're down 11-5. Lovelace delivered a pitch, but after the umpire had said no, or something to that effect.
I don't even think she looks at like the numbers. No, because like if you're sick, you aren't going to show up.
Lovelace looks in at his catcher Josh Shimon, who's behind the plate all night long tonight. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball down, spiking one, trying to get King to chase it, but nothing doing. And it's 2-2. Lefty working to lefty as Lovelace is about to deliver the 2-2 pitch to Cannon King. And it's an excuse me swing to deep short, and he's going to be on. Micah Dean is playing short now, and he tried to backhand that, and it just rattled off of his glove. Will this be the start of something spectacular? I don't know. Now it's Brandon Epps. I think that King was going to be able to beat that out anyway because of where it was hit and how slowly it was hit. So we'll give him a hit on that one. Now it's Lovelace going to be working to Brandon Epps. Tall right-handed batter. Lovelace brings it. First pitch, strike on the outside corner, and the Vikings may very well be in that mode where you take until you get a strike. And now Brandon Epps has a count of 0-1, so he'll be ready to rip at something he thinks is good. Lovelace comes set with the glove right in front of the face. One goes in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Parker Earhart waiting to bat next. Lovelace nods at Shimon, but he throws over to first base. Rivers is still over there. In fact, Rivers and Gallegos, other than Shimon, are the only defensive players, same as it was when the game started. Epps takes one inside, 2-1. King takes his lead off of first. Here's the 2-1 to Epps downstairs, and it's 3-1. Cooper Lovelace, very stoic on the mound. Brings the 3-1, and it's a ground ball to short. This could be two. Gallegos bobbles it, throws late to first. It's not only two, it's nobody. Everybody's safe. The throw gets away, and Epps is going to be given second base. And King moves over to third. So two runners in scoring position. And nobody out. There's an out on the scoreboard, but I think it was just an anticipated out by the scoreboard operator. King's over at third. Epps, I believe. Well, it doesn't matter. All that matters really is runners second and third for Parker Earhart, who's trying to get on for the first time tonight. And Lovelace works from the windup. First pitch. That is high and deep to right center field. That's got a chance. It is. Parker Earhart breaks out, hits one deep, a 3-run shot. All of a sudden it's 11-8. And still nobody out. So don't turn this thing off. Nice to see a smile on his face again. He's had a frustrating night at the plate. But there you go, 3-run bomb. So all of a sudden, I think it's time for a mound visit. Somebody's going to need to go out and talk to Cooper Lovelace. And there is a mound visit, but it doesn't involve a coach. It's just his infielders and his catcher, Josh Shimon.
Anthony Salinas.
So, what will Anthony Salinas do?
Come on, Anthony.
He's been swinging kind of a cool bat since he doubled in the first.
Let's go, Anthony. Get on base. Anthony.
And the home plate umpire is turning around and telling the scoreboard operator, as I mentioned to you, that there is nobody out. The scoreboard said 1, but he's holding up that fist and wiggling it because on what should have been a double play ball, nobody was retired. So here is Salinas. Cooper Lovelace will pitch from the windup again. Lefty working to righty. That pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. So if Anthony was in take mode, now he's got his strike. Lovelace ready to bring it. That's high in the air. Should be an easy play out in center field. Settling under it is Longshore. He's got it, one away. Now this is the spot in the order where we had Case and Hyatt a long time ago when the game started, and now it is Omar Velasco who moved in as catcher, and Parker Earhart started playing third base. Lovelace, the lefty, working to another righty, and here comes the pitch. Down and in for a ball. Velasco, before coming up for any at-bats tonight, 2 for 6 on the season. 429 on-base percentage. Lovelace brings the 1-0. That's on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1.
That's not you, Omar. You got this.
I think she just needs more experience.
Lovelace rocks and fires. And that is twisting toward right field. Long run. And it's dropped by Garcia. Correction, not Garcia. It is Carl Barlan. The game changer says 13 is in right field, but that's actually Carl Barlan, one of my old Little League players. So the ball gets down, and we have Coach Rick Grimm out of the dugout to talk to his infielders and to talk to Cooper Lovelace. He's not going to make a pitching change. He just wants, better performance. So E9 out in right field keeps the Dulles hopes alive. And now it's Hunter Mullings coming up, and guess what? The tying run is in the on-deck circle. That's Miguel Tucker. Still only one away. Mullings had a homer in the first inning, and he singled in the sixth, so he is 2 for 3. In between, had a looking strikeout. Lovelace looking in at Shimon. Gets the sign. Very slowly comes set. Brings it to Mullings, down and in. Over at first, it's not Velasco, it's a pinch runner, I believe. Nick Garza is the pinch runner at first. Down and away from Mullings, the count now 2-0. If Dulles could somehow come back and win this thing, wow, what a dashing of the hopes it would be for the Austin Bulldogs, who are probably listening right now. Here's the 2-0. Ayers on the outside corner, strike one. 2-1 on Mullings. Hello, Austin fans. You might be starting to sweat. Lovelace brings it. Swung on and missed. It's now 2-1. 2-2. Sorry. I keep going by the scoreboard. But the home plate umpire always corrects it when the scoreboard is wrong. It's 2-2. Mullings got to protect. Here's the pitch. And that is it knocks Lovelace down. Runners first and second with only one out. And guess what? The tying run is coming to the plate. It's Miguel Tucker. Oh, this game's getting interesting.
Miguel Tucker.
So it's not Omar Velasco, it is Nick Garza, who is at second. I'll tell you what, 3 for 4 tonight, Hunter Mullings, and he hit that ball so hard. I would like to know what the exit velocity on that hit was. Home plate umpire takes a moment to brush off home plate, and here comes Rick Grimm out of the bullpen. And I think that Dylan Kinney is going to have to come on. This has gotten a little bit too serious. We're going to step aside. I anticipate a pitching change. This is VypeFortBend.com. 11-8. Travis leads it, but the tying run at the plate for these Dulles Vikings in the bottom of the 7th. We'll be back.
Fast Wi-Fi. You use it to connect just about everything, which means having really fast Wi-Fi matters a lot. That's why Xfinity is breaking the gig barrier and introducing Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's a big deal. It's a big deal for streaming big games, having big meetings, and making big plans. It's a big deal for families with 1 kid, or 2 kids, or 3 kids. Especially if there's 1 kid who has enough devices for 10 kids. It's a big deal for gamers who are streaming while someone else is posting about their virtual spin class. And yet, it's also a big deal for a quiet Friday night in. So get in on Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's more than enough speed to power every device in the house. Can your internet do that? Introducing gig speeds over Wi-Fi. It's the fastest Wi-Fi you can get, and it's only from Xfinity. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store to learn more. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed.
All right. Cooper Lovelace is very upset about being taken out, but I think it's a move that Coach Rick Grimm had to make, and now he is bringing in the hard-throwing right-hander, Dylan Kinney. Mr. Brightside. Tell a little bit about Dylan Kinney. He's not just an effective pitcher. I mean, he's scary. He throws hard, kind of like, J.R. Richard hard. So here is Dylan Kinney with his 8th appearance of the year. All but one of his appearances have been in relief. He's got a record of 1-0. He's thrown 11 1/3 innings. This is a save opportunity. He doesn't have any saves logged on the official Travis stats. So this is a save opportunity for him. 7 hits allowed in 11 1/3 innings pitched. 3 runs all earned. 7 walks, 20 strikeouts. And an ERA of 1.85. His whip is 1.24. Well, this is interesting. So Miguel Tucker, plenty of time to think about what he uses as a battle plan against Dylan Kinney, the hard-throwing right-hander. Well, that hit by Hunter Mullings was scary. That actually came close to taking off Cooper Lovelace's head. I mean, that was the epitome of a bullet back up the middle. Wow, what a comeback win this would be if Dulles can pull it off. They're still down by 3, but there's still a wind blowing out. And now the starters are returning to the field for the Travis Tigers. Wow, look at this. All the starters coming back on. That's amazing. So I can go back to that thing that I drew up when the game started. Okay, so Davis Rivers at first, Max Villarreal at second, Gallegos back to shortstop, Lathan Bazard, or actually I think Lance Kahn is staying at third base. Yeah, he's still in there. Zach Nelson, left field, Masserini in center, and Mason Mushaw back to right field. And it's Miguel Tucker standing in, right-hander versus right-hander as Dylan Kinney comes on. You will go from the stretch with those runners at first and second. Here comes the first pitch to Tucker in there for a strike. What a crazy line score we have. The 0-1 skips away from Shimon. 2 runners in scoring position. That takes the double play off the table. That's good news for Dulles. So 2 runners in scoring position, and the count now 1-1 on Tucker. I said it was a crazy line score. 11 runs on 12 hits, 5 errors by Travis. And for Dulles, 8 runs on 11 hits. They've made 3 errors. So Dulles hasn't really corrected the error problem that they had against Austin on Saturday, but they are still in there fighting. And Tucker will see what he can do here. 1 out, runner second and third. Kinney brings the pitch and fouls straight back into the screen. It's 1-2. The wind continues to blow out. It's not blowing that hard anymore, but Who knows what it's doing way up above where the flag is. Up there where Parker Earhart hit it. Here's the 1-2. Fouled back.
Keep battling, Miguel! Keep battling! You got it!
Dylan Kinney has that new baseball, and he's ready to throw again. Miguel Tucker steps out. Steps back in, slightly open stance. They play him to hit it slightly the other way in the outfield. Kenny comes set at the belt. Now comes home with it. Swung on and missed. 2 away. Now it's up to Mark Tisdale. T-Boogie is the man. He's got to come through for the Vikes.
Second baseman number 12, Mark Tisdale.
Home plate umpire telling people in the on-deck area to back up, and only one guy should not be within the confines of the dugout. Okay, Dylan Kinney trying to finish it off. 11-8, Travis. Tying run at the plate is Mark Tisdale with 2 away. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Travis fans relieved as Kinney gets strike number 1. Tisdale open stance. Kinney not wasting any time. Here it comes. And it's a little tapper, and it goes into foul territory behind the home plate dirt. And the Vikings are down to their final strike. Kinney looking in at his catcher, Shimon. Needs one more strike. Kinney comes set. Here it comes. Tisdale gets a piece and stays alive, fouls it back into the net. Tisdale steps out and you see his shoulders go up. He takes that big, deep, cleansing breath. Kinney at the belt. Here it comes. Swung on and missed, and the Travis Tigers survive a late comeback by the Dulles Vikings. 11-8 is the victory, and we'll be back with the totals here at Dulles. Great fight by the Vikings, and all is not lost for them, but their magic number to clinch a playoff spot remains at 4. Travis's magic number to clinch an outright district championship is down to 1, and they clinch a tie for the district championship with this victory tonight. We'll be right back on VypeFortBend.com.
There are no words to describe it. The isolation, the boredom, the loneliness. If you're wondering where your teenage son or daughter's spirit went, you're hardly alone. The past year has been devastating, especially for them. But here's the good news. They might just find it again, playing high school sports. Workouts that stimulate, teammates and coaches that care, the sense of belonging so many of us have been missing lately. That's what school sports are all about. The sense of achievement is real, and the camaraderie is hard to beat. Coping with uncertainty is difficult, but school sports can help the teenagers in your family start feeling like themselves again. Encourage them to give it a try. High school sports, it's so much more than a game.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
GetAGreatGig.com presents Gary Horn of HornSolutions.net on the most important factors in starting a business.
Number 1, where will you get the necessary capital? 2, you will probably not make money for some period of time. Prepare a conservative model of expected cost and revenues. 3, are you willing to work long hours for no pay and make sure all employees are paid?
For more free career and job search advice, log on to GetAGreatGig.com.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn, CEO of Horn Solutions. Our team of experienced accounting, finance, and IT professionals have delivered solutions to Houston businesses for over 3 decades. Our project group provides services ranging from assisting with mergers, acquisitions, and integrations to interim staffing. Our executive search group provides full-time placements for accounting, finance, and IT positions. Let Horn Solutions help you meet the challenges your company faces. Visit hornsolutions.net.
I have a question.
Are you ready? Ready for anything? Ready for what life throws at you? At your kids?
Are they ready to study? To research? To write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet? And what about you? Yeah, you. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Ready to take opportunity.
To make opportunity?
To be on top of things.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. When you're connected, you're ready for anything.
It's a simple question.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Ready for anything.
Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes extra. Restrictions apply.
What a crazy, entertaining baseball game we had here tonight on VypeFortBend.com for the winning Travis Tigers. 11 runs on 12 hits. They made 5 errors, and they left 13 men on base. That's kind of high school baseball for you. Dulles with 8 runs on 11 hits, 3 errors, and they left 6 runners on base. The winning pitcher tonight is Parker Whitty. The loser is Kason Hyatt, and Dylan Kinney had to come off the bench as the 4th Travis pitcher of the night to collect the save, and that improves the Travis record to 11-1. They clinch a share of the district championship. Their magic number is 1 to clinch the whole thing outright. The Dulles Vikings fall to 5-5 in district play, but they still remain ahead of the Austin Bulldogs by, half a game? Yeah, they're half a game up, and their magic number to clinch that final playoff spot remains at 4. So the offensive heroes, Parker Earhart, he went 1 for 4, but a very meaningful 1 for 4 as he hits the 3-run bomb in the bottom of the 7th to make it really close and interesting. And earlier in the game, Hunter Mullings on a 3 for 4 night, he hit a home run himself. He scored twice and drove in 2, so they were the big offensive heroes. Mark Tisdale had a hit, so did Kason Hyatt, but that was it as far as the offensive attack for the Dulles Vikings. But they did collect 11 hits on the night, but most of those came from, Hunter Mullings had a bigger share of the hits, put it that way. Miguel Tucker also had 1. I left him out. Sorry about that, Miguel. So for Travis, it was J. Isaac Alamo leading the way with a night where he went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs and scored 3 times. Davis Rivers 1 for 2, scored 3 times and drove 1 in. 2 RBIs on the night for Travis's number 16, Alejandro Marquez. He came through with a big hit that made a huge difference near the end. So we got a full week of baseball, and we'll bring you the game between Elkins and the Travis Tigers tomorrow night at 1111 Harlem Road, the home of William B. Travis High School. Thank you so much for listening, and we expect you to join us for the Batter Up Show at 6:45 tomorrow, and then again on Wednesday when we have Ridge Point taking on Austin. We know we'll have something on Friday and on Saturday. It might be softball, it might be baseball. We don't know. For everyone on the Vype team, thank you so much for being with us. Again, our final score, Travis 11 and Dulles 8, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night as Travis hosts the Elkins Knights. Good night, everybody.